to do. You do nothing at all. And that's the worst thing you can do. Because if you take action, if you do something about your mortgage problems, you're far more likely to get the most positive outcome. Making Home Affordable is a free government program. Call 888-995-HOPE to talk one-on-one with a housing expert about the options that are right for you. Real help, real answers, right now. Call 888-995-HOPE or visit makinghomeaffordable.gov and do something about your mortgage problems. Brought to you by the U.S. Treasury, HUD, and the Ad Council.
The power that crystal meth had over me is baffling. And the only option I was left with was I can die alone in this misery, or I can try to stop.
Visit our website at drugfree.org. A message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free America.
92.5 Fox News.
This is 92.5 Fox
All right,
News.
baseball fans, in just hours, Major League Baseball is expected to pitch its plan to bring back professional baseball by 4th of July weekend. League officials will propose their plan to the Players Union. So this would mean spring training would basically pick back up sometime next month. Each team would play about 82 regular season games without fans. Teams would play at neutral sites unless medical and governmental officials approve playing at a team's regular park.
Naples beaches are reopening, but this time with a lot of rules, and when you can come depends what you can and cannot bring. I'll explain exactly what that means next.
Plus, taking reservations again. Also next at 6 o'clock, how hotels plan on bringing tourists back to our beaches while keeping everyone safe.
Also new at 6 o'clock, hurricane season, unfortunately, is on the horizon. Why now is really the time to double check your home to make sure it's protected from the next big storm.
And we are waking up in the upper 60s, low 70s for most of you, but we could see some near record heat. Meteorologist Matt Deviton next with how hot it's going to get.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
You know Tri-Town Construction as your one-stop shop for all your construction and repair needs, including roofing and remodeling to new custom home construction. Tri-Town Construction wants you to know that they're available to serve your needs during this time of staying at home. As a locally owned and operated business, Tri-Town Construction has always maintained a policy of giving back. Well, they have stepped that up even more. As we all endure this pandemic, Tri-Town Construction is partnered with Seaside Bar and Grill in Bonita Springs and will donate meals from the proceeds of every job they do during this time to those frontline responders helping to keep us safe and healthy. Online at tri-townconstruction.com. Again, tri-townconstruction.com. Tri-Town Construction is ready when you are. Homegrown and here to stay. Safety first, Southwest Florida.
Pick you up after school. Okay, I got it.
It's easy to take a day for granted. You and your family are connected by routine, and you stick to it. But what if a disaster strikes without warning? What if life as you know it has completely turned on its head? What if your day's routine is disrupted and you can't reach your family? Have you planned for that? Before a disaster turns your family's world upside down, it's up to you to be ready. Get a kit, make a plan, be informed today. Learn how at www.ready.gov. Ready.gov. This message brought to you by the Federal Emergency Management Agency and the Ad Council.
You know it's okay to rock and roll and party. Just let someone else do the driving. Hi, this is Ray.
.5 WFSX Estero. It's 6 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
This Wink News Update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
This is a Wink News update.
This is Lindsay Sablon with Wink News. Naples city beaches will reopen Wednesday after the city shut them down after an overcrowded weekend. This morning, a group of folks plan to protest how the city handled the shutdown of the beaches and the restrictions when it does reopen. Car rental giant Hertz may not be able to repay its debt according to a new filing with the government. It says the company may not have sufficient cash flow to keep operating or pay debts. We've told you before, Hertz reached an agreement with its creditors to give it more time to pay. According to that deal, the company has until May 22nd to come up with a new financing strategy. Gulf Coast Humane Society officially opened up to the public and people lined up to adopt a furry friend. Gulf Coast Humane Society says they've been pleasantly surprised by the number of families coming to adopt. Adoptions are up slightly more than before the pandemic. With hurricane season starting June 1st, Florida emergency management officials are redeveloping plans to account for the coronavirus. Officials are looking at protocols for shelters that range from separating people based on temperature checks to non-congregated sheltering in hotels. Restaurants are taking extra precautions as businesses on Fort Myers Beach get back to normal. In many restaurants, employees spray down tables after every group, and owners are posting signs encouraging social distancing. There's a new push to understand red tide and its effects on the brain. The National Institute of Environmental Sciences recently awarded the Rose Camp Institute in Sarasota a grant of more than $400,000 to continue its study. Ultimately, researchers hope to ease some fears. I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News.
Wink News traffic.
Good Tuesday morning. Traffic a little congested already on 3 Oaks heading north towards Estero Parkway. By taking a look at I-75, we're pretty good to go. If you're heading to and from Lee and Collier, no complaints. In Fort Myers, traffic is slowing on Daniels Parkway, traveling east towards 6 Mile. That's up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, it's going to be a hot one, even near record heat in Naples with a mixture of sunshine and clouds. It's going to be a breezy day, and that's one of the components that will be elevating our fire potential. More lower 90s with the wind for your Wednesday. Can't rule out a pop-up shower or two on Thursday. Scattered showers and storms by Friday. Also a lingering chance of rain with spotty showers. Certainly can't be ruled out for the weekend with temperatures in the upper 80s and then eventually lower 90s as we start next week. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Hey, this is Steve from Naples. I listen to Drew in the morning, and I was right all along.
92.5 Fox News.
Right all along.
Get the best sleep of your life. Helix makes personalized mattresses to fit your unique body type and sleep preferences. Go to helixsleep.com and get up to $200 off mattress orders.
Hey, this is Papa, reporting that we're still getting a lot of calls from homeowners who were told they needed a new re-roof after Irma. Most of these folks had a few broken tiles that are obsolete. Our company has 2 warehouses filled with the older obsolete tiles that have never been used. If you think that you may not need a new re-roof, but only need to replace some obsolete tile, please call me for our free tile roof inspection. We may be able to repair and seal your roof to make it look new and beautiful, a lot cheaper than replacing the entire roof. If you call me for our free inspection, we'll place you on our proactive list. And in the event of another hurricane, you won't have to go searching for a contractor because we will automatically call you to see if you need assistance. Let me show you how we can clean and seal and protect your roof, pavers, and pool decks. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Gary, and Cody, call us at 945-2700. That's 945-2700, area code 239-945-2700. License CCC 133-1790. We're open 24/7, and you can call us right now for a free tile roof inspection.
As life gets back to normal, Mel's Diner welcomes you back inside.
We're bringing back good times and great food.
The jingle is back.
Mel's Diner.
And just to prove things are getting back to normal, it's Mel's regular announcer.
In-restaurant dining is back, following all the rules and regulations of the Open Florida Task Force. Your favorite servers can't wait to see you again, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day. If takeout and delivery is what you want, find Mel's at Uber Eats, DoorDash, and Bite Squad. When you order online at melsdiners.com, we'll have your meal ready at the designated curbside parking area. And there's free local delivery. You always get the best values at Mel's, like the Chicken Parmesan Family Meal to Go that will satisfy 4 for just $20. And Golden Oldies meals for 2 starting at $20. Let Mel's be your kitchen. It's a better value than shopping or prepping yourself. Dining with Mel's, takeout with Mel's, delivery with Mel's. It's Mel's Diner.
dealer.
Hey, Aaron Walker here. Super excited to announce the grand opening of the all-new giant used car outlet at Naples Nissan. Finally, you can test drive hundreds of previously loved cars, trucks, and SUVs all in one spot. Toyota, Ford, Chevy, Mazda, you name it, we got it. And hey, what's the best part about outlet shopping? That's right. You save tons of money. Over 300 vehicles, wholesale priced, and all backed by our exclusive unlimited mile lifetime warranty. That's a warranty that lasts forever, and that's accepted anywhere in the USA. We've got at least 100 cars you could drive home right now for less than $200 a month. That's probably less than your cell phone bill. Need financing? We got you covered there too. Come see us at the all-new giant used car outlet at Naples Nissan right here on Pine Ridge Road. That's exit 107 off I-75 or visit naplesnissan.com. All offers with approved credit.
Americans rely on affordable, reliable package delivery from the U.S. Postal Service. It's a lifeline for rural communities. It powers our cities. But Washington politicians want to impose a massive package rate hike on the Postal Service, a 400% increase. We can't afford that these days. Quadrupling the price to send a package? That means 4 times the cost for seniors to ship their medication, 4 times to deliver household necessities, and 4 times the cost for small businesses. Unneeded rate hikes that will harm Main Street and everyday Americans. America can't afford the package tax now. Call Congress now. 202-224-3121. Tell them to stop the package tax. The Postal Service is an economic lifeline for small businesses and rural customers all over the country. That's 202-224-3121 and tell them to stop the postal rate hike. Paid for by the Package Coalition.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. I am so glad that you're joining us today. I'm so glad that you are joining us, whether it's calling or texting 239-479-5592 on the Tri-Town Construction Talk and Text line, which I don't see yet, but we'll get to that, right, Jake?
Yeah.
I don't see the call screen. Hey, just in case you know, it's Jake does everything. Where you may have shows that you would see where you might have 4 or 5 different little studios, and somebody's running the phones, and somebody's running this call screen, and somebody's running the board, and somebody's running the music and the thing. Jake does it all. He's a one-man millennial band, which means that he plays the same 4 chords over and over again in different ways to make it sound like a brand new song with a different beat. Right? Isn't that how millennials do it now? Like, if you listen to music that millennials do, millennial music is pretty much the same. They all sound the same. You could roll one into the next, and they all sound the same, except they have different beats, or they slow it down, they half-time it, or do something different, right? Isn't that what millennials do now? Isn't that how that works?
Yeah, like A minor, C, G, D, A minor, yeah, that kind of thing.
And can you imagine listening to that all day, every day? Just exactly as it came out of Jake's mouth. That is... It's disturbing on many levels. Listen, you can also watch. We are streaming live on YouTube. We have our YouTube channel. I would hope that you would subscribe. Please do. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube and type in Drew Steele Radio. You will find us. We would love for you to watch. Watch on your big screen. Watch on your small screen. Watch wherever you would like. And comment as you will as well. We are going to talk this morning about the city of Naples. What did they decide to do? Guess what? They closed the beaches. And after a grueling session, an emergency meeting, it was grueling. It was hours long. I mean, it literally was hours long. Hey, we're going to open up the beach again, but we got some restrictions, some things that we're going to do. I'm not sure if it makes a whole lot of sense, but we'll talk about it and get your thoughts on Naples beaches. Also, the president's a racist. Did you know that? And as a matter of fact, sometimes people will say that. They'll make the president out to be a racist, xenophobic, homophobic, any kind of phobicist, whatever you want to say. And sometimes it's even assumed because somebody will make an assumption or put something out there to make it seem like the president's a racist, maybe at a White House press conference where it's not anything like that at all. there in the Rose Garden or there by the Oval Office or wherever. It doesn't make a difference. It happened yesterday. You probably heard about it. If you didn't hear, you're going to hear the audio, and we'll get to that in just a second. But I do want to open up this morning by focusing on the president and this question, because I think it's an important question that people are going to need to ask sooner rather than later. It's not just what did Obama know and when did he know it, right? It's yes, it's not just that. It's not what did Sleepy Joe know?
Sleepy Joe.
What did Sleepy Joe know and when did he know it? With regard to Obamagate, there's a lot of hashtag Obamagate out there. The left on the Twitterverse is apoplectic, if you will. They are beside themselves because they can't understand why on Twitter it's Obamagate as the number one trending. They've tried everything. They've tried Trumpgate. They've tried to change it. They've tried to do everything, but they can't escape it because, quite honestly, you're not going to. You're not going to because the facts are starting to come out. When you have the acting director of national intelligence, Richard Grenell, declassifying the list of former Obama administration officials who were allegedly involved in the unmasking of the incoming national security advisor, Michael Flynn, and how that unmasking took place and whether or not even there was unmasking to begin with, because how can you unmask somebody who was not investigated because they were speaking to somebody, a Russian like Kislyak, and you were kind of watching over Kislyak, by default, you get the opportunity to have people swept into this conversation at 7:02, the listening in or the surveilling of someone like a Russian Kislyak, and then all of a sudden, hey, there's Michael Flynn. But what if Michael Flynn was the target all along? How does that work? How can you unmask somebody who was the person that was being investigated since day one? I mean, there are a lot of oddities and questions we'll get to. But as more information is coming about with regard to the Obama administration and some of the information we may or may not hear, the question remains this one to me this morning. Who does China want to be the president of the United States? And I mean that sincerely. If you were to ask, Jake, did you kind of like perked
That's
up?
a
when,
good question.
You perked up when I said that. Why did you perk up? By the way, we're working on a camera for Jake as well. We're in the process of trying to figure this out because we've had many people that have been texting and commenting, and they want to know, where's Jake? Where's Jake's mug? How come we always have to see yours and we can't see Jake's? It's coming. It's coming. You want to know about it. What does China think? Like, who would they like? Have you thought about that, Jake?
I haven't, but I am now.
All right. So I've piqued your interest. And maybe you're watching on YouTube right now as we stream live, and please subscribe to our channel, and you're saying the same thing. Well, I bring this up because on the heels of what was, of course, a mess yesterday, and the press conference that the president had talking about testing, giving an opportunity for the press to ask questions as he was talking about some of the great things that are happening with regard to testing and what we have been able to accomplish. Of course, if you know the left, the Democrats in this country, Nancy Pelosi needs more testing, and contact tracing, because you have to have that because it's the only way that you're going to be able to leave your house, which is ridiculous, but that's where we are. In all of this, in this White House Coronavirus Task Force press conference yesterday, along with the nonsense, there was some interesting comments that were made, things that were brought up about China. And it made me think about this. Who do they want to be president of the United States? The question came up about recent revelations, accusations, however you want to say it, about China. Were they trying to hack our information? Are they trying to get information from us?
Go ahead. There are a variety of reports that Chinese hackers are attempting to steal technology related to vaccine research. Is this something you're concerned about? What can you say?
So what else is new with China? What else is new? Tell me. I'm not happy with China. They should have stopped this at the source. They could have stopped it right at the source. So now you're telling me they're hacking. So I just say this, Steve, what else is new? We're watching it very closely.
They're watching it closely. What else is new? We come to find out that it appears as if China is trying to hack into some of our systems where we are trying to create vaccines. Why? Because this is China's MO. Have you not figured this out yet? Well, the media maybe has. They just don't want to talk about it. And the left in this country, Democrats, have figured it out, but they don't want to talk about it. Why? Again, we'll get to that. But isn't that interesting that a country that has continued to steal our intellectual property, has stolen intellectual property, and then sells that property back to us, that we've allowed this to happen for years and years and decades? Administrations have come and gone. Congress has come and gone in different forms of individuals there, and yet it still continues to happen. And so is it a surprise that that would be taking place? I don't think so. Not too many people have been talking about this for the longest time. We've had Gordon Chang on, someone who is an expert when it comes to all things in China and what has been happening there. And he's been on this program and has talked about the concerns that we all should have about China stealing intellectual property and the like, and how we continue to allow this to happen. Yesterday, we find out that there was a professor at the University of Arkansas allegedly concealing his involvement in a program that the Chinese Communist Party used to steal intellectual property from U.S. institutions. Charged with wire fraud, worked and received funding from Chinese companies and from the 1,000 Talents program, which awards grants to scientists to encourage relationships with the Chinese government, and he warned an associate to keep his affiliation with the program quiet. Concealed the financial agreement. Now he's possibly looking at 20 years in prison. And we've heard these stories before. This isn't the first one. This, according to court documents, is since 2008. This doctor, one doctor that they were talking about, that in January, if you remember, there was a doctor, a Harvard scientist that was arrested for allegedly lying to the U.S. government about his involvement in the same 1,000 Talents program. And that goes back to 2008. So the stories are there. And now we have a new one that's out there about China, who is trying to hack into our systems as we try to develop vaccines. So that what? So they could get on top of it first and have it first. Why? What would be the benefit? Could it be what the Epoch Times has talked about in the past? And that if China is able to create it, they can create a patent. Do you see how that would work? If you're a country who could create a patent for a medication that would be either therapeutic or a vaccine, better yet, that everybody on the globe would have to take forever, can you imagine what kind of profits you can bring in for your government forever? And what you might do with that profit? And the same reporter also asked the president.
If I could follow up, sir, the South China Morning Post, the Beijing newspaper, says that China would like to reopen negotiations on the trade deal to make the terms more favorable to them. Is this something you'd be interested in doing?
No, not at all. Not even a little bit, no. I'm not interested. We signed a deal. I had heard that, too. They'd like to reopen the trade talk to make it a better deal for them. China's been taking advantage of the United States for many, many years, for decades, because we had people at this position right here where I'm standing, sitting right in that office, the Oval Office, that allowed that to happen. No, I'm not interested in that. Let's see if they live up to the deal that they signed.
Who likes hearing that? Who likes hearing a president of the United States who has been in office for 3.5 years, who hopefully will be there for 4 more, who has been Do you describe the president as a bull in a china shop only to others, not to you, but to others? The way he speaks, the way he acts, he's not a politician. He comes in and understands what has happened with China for decades and is upsetting the apple cart, if you will. Who would be happy with that talk? Who would be upset with that talk? Well, certainly China doesn't like to hear that. But who does China want to see? And if you're going to be honest, you have former administrations who have not been looking out for, especially with intellectual property, looking out for our best interest, clearly, because it's been going on and it hasn't been stopped. It's been complained about that they continue to do it. Well, what have you done to stop it? Have you done anything? Have you hopefully now, as we have a situation globally where we're looking at one supply chain that cannot be the only supply chain, the supply chain cannot be only to China. It just can't be. You can't have one supply chain for business right now and then trust that a government that is not looking out for your best interest would be the place that you would go, that you would want to enrich, and that you would want the only supply chain to go to because, you know, that government may decide one day that, if a virus got out, I'm just making this stuff up, if a virus got out and we didn't want to let people know because we certainly don't want to disrupt business and maybe we'll just keep it under wraps and maybe nobody will find what? You see where I'm going. Then who would want and encourage the status quo? And then also, if you're China, who are you looking at and saying, man, I got to tell you, I'd like to get back to the status quo. I like the way the world was before Donald Trump showed up on the scene. I liked how things were before. I liked the easygoing. The world loved the former administration and Barack Obama. There was so much love. There was peace and kindness and love, and everybody got along, and China got everything that they wanted and never had, they had complaints, but behind the scenes, it was like, I'll transmit this information to Vladimir. Well, maybe it wasn't like that, but you get the idea. Well, let me just play 2 clips of audio for you. And you tell me, and I am very serious about this. You play the clips, and they're both of the same person. You tell me.
We talk about China as our competitor. We should be helping and benefiting ourselves by doing that. But the idea that China's going to eat our lunch was like I remember debates in the late 90s. Remember Japan was going to own us? Give me a break.
There was a debate here in the United States and, quite frankly, throughout most of the West, as whether a rising China was in the interest of the United States and the wider world. As a young member of the Foreign Relations Committee, I wrote and I said, and I believe then what I believe now, that a rising China is a positive development, not only for China, but for America and the world writ large.
Now, that was Joe Biden, both clips. One from 2011 talking about China right there, and he sees China as not a threat, but if anything, a rising China is a great thing. And I love how he's saying, hey, come on, China's going to eat our lunch. Give us a, don't you remember Japan? Yeah, well, we didn't have to worry about Japan as a communist nation at the time or ever growing and being against anything and everything that we are, stealing intellectual property. And you don't see the difference there. Here is the point, everybody. We've got an election this year. We have a lot of things that we have to kind of walk and chew gum or juggle at the same time. We have to juggle an economy that has to come back and the need to figure out what to do at this point where we have to admit that everybody is essential. Everybody is essential, from people that have gyms to people that have salons to people that work in grocery stores, hospitals. Everybody's essential now. We need to get to work. We have to balance that in the economy with what is happening with the former administration and the Mike Flynn revelations as of the past couple of days and what is to come. And on top of that, we also have to balance this, an election where this is what is at stake. A world, make no mistake about it, a world that would love everything to go back to the way it was before, because the way it was before was so easy. The United States gave us everything that we wanted. They didn't fight back. They didn't push back. And wouldn't that be nice? 239-479-5592 is the Tri-Town Construction Talk and Text line. Anytime you want to watch, we are streaming live on YouTube each and every day, our YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube and type in Drew Steele Radio, and please subscribe when you do that. And yes, we are on Facebook as well. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
92.5 Fox News.
This Fox Business Report is presented by Gulf Shore Business Magazine. Online at gulfshorebusiness.com.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Apple's U.S. retail stores have been closed since mid-March because of the pandemic, but that's starting to change.
Starting this week, stores in Idaho will begin to reopen, followed by stores in Alabama, Alaska, and South Carolina. But there will be restrictions in place to ensure the safety of customers, including a limited number of visitors per store, social distancing requirements, and temperature checks. Brett Larson, Fox News.
Disney resorts in the U.S. are not reopening yet, but the entertainment giant said they have started accepting reservations for July 1st and beyond. No official reopen date's been set, though, and if the parks are still closed after that date, guests will have to modify their bookings. A mixed bag on Wall Street Monday. The Dow was down 109 points. The S&P was about flat, while the NASDAQ closed up by 71. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jill Nato, invested in you.
This is a last chance alert. It's happening. Publishers Clearinghouse is ready to award $5,000 a week for life in just days. Enter now at PCH.com and you could win $5,000 a week after week, for life. Don't miss this last chance to win $5,000 a week for life on June 30th. Enter at PCH.com before it's too late. That's PCH.com. Better hurry if you want the next big winner to be you. Enter now at PCH.com. Entries due 6/25. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited.
Want to make your home a more comfortable place, but don't think you can afford a top brand heating and cooling system? Well, Carrier has the right solutions for every budget. When you turn to your Carrier expert, they'll show you our full lineup of best-in-class home comfort systems and help you pick the one that best fits into your home budget. Because in this economy, who couldn't use a little more comfort? Carrier. Turn to the experts.
Visit Accurate Comfort Services online at AccurateComfortServices.com today. License number CMC 057023.
When you're injured, the insurance company often tries to pay you less than you deserve. They call it business. We call it bullying. I'm Matt Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every day, we get our clients more than what the insurance companies initially offered and more than they were hoping to pay. Sometimes even 100 times more. How do we do it? It's simple. It starts with believing and it ends with betting. Believing in you and betting on ourselves. We use our size, our financial resources, and our reputation to take on the biggest bullies and get you the biggest results. We have recovered billions of dollars for our clients. You know what the insurance companies are hoping for? That you hire the wrong law firm that won't make those bets. That's why when you need a lawyer, the choice you make makes all the difference. Results matter. Reputation matters. Choices matter. So after an injury, who will you choose? There's only one Morgan & Morgan for the people.
Dial Pound Law on your cell. Pound Law, that's all.
Offices, Fort Myers and Naples.
Great news, Southwest Florida. Below invoice employee pricing at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. That's right. Below invoice pricing on Chrysler Pacificas, Jeep Wranglers, Jeep Gladiators, and heavy-duty Ram trucks. Over 1,500 new and certified pre-owned vehicles in stock. Plus, you can drive payment-free for 4 months, interest-free for 6 years, and worry-free up to 100,000 miles. Below invoice employee pricing at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. GallianaCars.com.
Visit Jason and Todd at the Diamond District. District.
In the last couple months, we have all been forced to navigate uncharted waters. Now it's time to join together as we discover the incredible opportunities that lie ahead of us.
Todd and I know for certain some things have not changed. Our love stories, relationships, and communities have grown stronger and become more important than ever. Love deserves to be celebrated, and we cannot wait to see your smile and play a small part in your celebration again. With that said, we could not be more excited to announce that the Diamond District is now open for your business.
Because we were required to close our business, we have a much larger inventory than expected, and the Diamond District must liquidate. This liquidation sale includes an incredible selection of GIA and Forevermark loose certified diamonds, engagement rings, and all diamond fashion jewelry.
Rest assured, your health and safety are our top priority. You'll notice a few changes when you arrive.
Visit Jason and Todd at the Diamond District.
Hello, I'm Tim Dos Santos from Better Than a Bistro. You've been to the grocery store and seen the headlines. Meat plants are closing and the selection is dwindling. Don't worry, just log on to betterthanabistro.com. Here at Better Than a Bistro, we've been serving Southwest Florida for almost a decade with Black Angus steaks, vacuum-sealed poultry, chop house pork, lamb, veal, as well as world-class seafood. All delivered courteously to your door and backed by our unconditional guarantee. Save now with code 92.5 Fox News.
BetterThanABistro.com.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. My friends Chad and Daniel at Jackson Pools, they are the best. Look, you know what's happening right now. They can close down the beaches, but they cannot shut down your beautiful resort-style pool from Jackson Pools. It's more important than ever to enjoy the healthy benefits of exercise and relaxation that you're going to get with your new Jackson Pool right now in your own backyard, featuring an elegant high-water design, a state-of-the-art recirculation system, custom coping, and a pebble interior finish.
Now, this is a Wink News update.
This is Lindsay Sablon with Wink News. Naples city beaches will reopen Wednesday after the city shut them down after an overcrowded weekend. This morning, a group of folks plan to protest how the city handled the shutdown of the beaches and the restrictions when it does reopen. Car rental giant Hertz may not be able to repay its debt according to a new filing with the government. It says the company may not have sufficient cash flow to keep operating or pay debts. We've told you before, Hertz reached an agreement with its creditors to give it more time to pay. According to that deal, the company has until May 22nd to come up with a new financing strategy. Gulf Coast Humane Society officially opened up to the public and people lined up to adopt a furry friend. Gulf Coast Humane Society says they've been pleasantly surprised by the number of families coming to adopt. Adoptions are up slightly more than before the pandemic. With hurricane season starting June 1st, Florida emergency management officials are redeveloping plans to account for the coronavirus. Officials are looking at protocols for shelters that range from separating people based on temperature checks to non-congregated sheltering in hotels. Restaurants are taking extra precautions as businesses on Fort Myers Beach get back to normal. In many restaurants, employees spray down tables after every group, and owners are posting signs encouraging social distancing. There's a new push to understand red tide and its effects on the brain. The National Institute of Environmental Sciences recently awarded the Rosecamp Institute in Sarasota a grant of more than $400,000 to continue its study. Ultimately, researchers hope to ease some fears. I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News.
Wink News traffic.
A crash reported at I-75 northbound just near Daniels Parkway, slowing traffic a touch heading towards the interstate, so give yourself a couple extra minutes. It's not too bad as of right now. However, traffic is a little congested north on Tree Line heading towards Daniels. The normal morning rush underway on 6 Mile as you're heading towards Colonial Boulevard, as well as westbound slowdowns on Colonial just near State Road 82. That's your 50-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, it's going to be a hot one, even near record heat in Naples with a mixture of sunshine and clouds. It's going to be a breezy day, and that's one of the components that will be elevating our fire potential. More lower 90s with the wind for your Wednesday. Can't rule out a pop-up shower or two on Thursday. Scattered showers and storms by Friday. Also a lingering chance of rain with spotty showers. Certainly can't be ruled out for the weekend with temperatures in the upper 80s and then eventually lower 90s as we start next week. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and I want to talk to you about my good friends at AMCO of Bonita Springs. You know, they're open. They are ready to handle any repairs or maintenance that you have for your car or truck, especially during these times. And look, they're taking precautions that they have to take to stay open at this point and to continue to earn a living for all of the team who depend on their paychecks for their families. They've adjusted their hours Monday through Friday, 8 to 4, and they're encouraging you to drop off your vehicle. They know you've been through a lot together, and AMCO of Bonita Springs, I want you to remember, they opened the shop in 2008. That was during the recession then. And now, 12 years later, dealing with this again and these struggles brought on by the virus. So if you're in need of auto or truck repair, then you know where to go. It's AMCO of Bonita Springs. Kevin and his brother Todd have been side by side at AMCO of Bonita Springs since 2008. Together, we're all going to get through these difficult times. So give them a call. They're located on Burnwood Drive in Bonita, 992-2626. That's 992-2626. Will you give them a call today? AMCO of Bonita Springs.
Eating dinner in your underwear?
Hey, put some clothes on.
Taking cold showers every hour? Or pitching a tent in front of your refrigerator to stay cool. These are things you can do to beat the heat in your home.
And due to these difficult times, we have extended our no diagnostic fees, no trip charges, no strings. Visit FloridaCoolToday.com to schedule. Carrier turn to the experts.
We all remember Hurricane Irma. In fact, some of us are still picking up the pieces. It's events like that that change our way of life. That's why Bonafide created an Asset Inventory Package, or an AIP. It's here to help home or business owners safeguard their property and assets. Have peace of mind knowing though you can't prevent a disaster, you can always be prepared for them. Call Bonafide today at 239-244-8086 or visit us on the web at bonafidemeasurements.com to learn more.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. Had a chance to visit A Locksmith, their showroom in North Naples, and Andrew is the owner. He is a fantastic guy. Get a chance to talk to him. He's a former police officer and an expert on home security. Maybe you have some needs like a safe, a Liberty Safe. They are the only Liberty Safe dealer in Collier County. And I don't know if you know, but A Locksmith is the oldest locksmith in Collier County and comes with a stellar reputation for professional quality and service. Their staff licensed, bonded, and insured and available, and 100% satisfaction is always guaranteed. Their employees are great. No contractors. They have all their employees there, and they are always professional, on time, serving Collier and Southern Lee counties. So if you're looking for your next Liberty Safe, you want to go to A Locksmith. They have two Naples showroom, one in North Naples, across from Mercado, and one in the city of Naples, just north of Mooring Line Drive on US 41. Or if you want to find out more, visit alocksmithnaples.com.
Hi, I'm Keith, the owner of Storm Shield Windows and Doors in North Fort Myers. And when it comes to hurricane windows and doors, you have two choices, Storm Shield and all the rest.
The aesthetics of the appearance from the outside and the inside is just amazing. But it's quiet. It's really quiet inside, and it's made a huge difference in our energy consumption. My name is Dee Channel, and I have 100% confidence in Storm Shield products. On a scale of 1 to 10, they'd be 10 plus.
Yes, my name is Dwayne Channel. My wife and I made a decision to replace our windows. Storm Shield windows, they were the only company that had the hurricane windows that we were looking for. Our best decision we made was purchasing Storm Shield windows.
Storm Shield's windows and doors reduce the exterior noise by up to 80%. And our clients typically see an average energy savings of 40%. Why choose Storm Shield? Because everyone deserves the best. Call us today at 239-491-7002 or visit stormshieldSWFL.com.
I'm Bob Grace, founder of Grace Tax Advisory Group. Every week we have educational events at top restaurants designed to help you get retirement ready. We talk about some of the biggest concerns facing retirees today. Will you have enough income to maintain your lifestyle? Are you paying more in taxes than you have to? How to get the most out of your Social Security benefits? What's the best way to pay for health care, long-term care, and much more? Our team at Grace Tax Advisory Group, wealth managers, CPAs, and attorneys actually talk to each other when designing your custom plan. So when we are done, you have a comprehensive, customized, written retirement plan. To attend one of our educational events or set up a visit with the Grace Tax Advisory team, call or text the word VISIT to 866-366-1099. That's VISIT, VISIT, to 866-366-1099.
Investment advisory services offered through Grace Capital Management Group, LLC, a registered investment advisor.
92.5 Fox News.
Now, back to Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Radio Recliner.
Pirate radio run by retirees.
It's a bright day in Franklin, Tennessee. This is Bob Coleman, better known as the Karaoke Cowboy. Growing up, I couldn't wait to get off the school bus and come to the house and turn on the battery-operated radio, because that's all we had. It brings back generally good memories. Most everybody likes to do that, and especially now that we've had this virus that's kept everybody confined, and you go stir crazy, and I think it's really great.
I wonder if this is going to be a new trend, and now, Jake, we have to worry about our jobs. A bunch of residents at a senior living home in Tennessee launched a new radio show during the pandemic, and they recorded out of their rooms there at the senior living home. And other people can sign up to co-host, and it's called Radio Recliner, and they take turns DJing, and they play music, and they tell stories, and the good old days when...
Should I sign up to co-host?
Yeah. Oh, man. Would you... You know what would be really funny?
I'll do it.
If you could do it. That's a great idea.
Oh,
Jake,
yeah.
Like Jake the Millennial giving his millennial tales on the Radio Recliner show there in Tennessee at the senior living home. I don't think you'd have to go. You would just...
I could probably do it from home. I mean, you would imagine.
Well, and I would imagine it would be a phone call, because I'm not sure that they're very techie. One of them is an 88-year-old named Bob Coleman, and I'm just guessing that the 88. Let me just say this, okay? And we're all family, we're all friends, and I can be honest with you, and I tell you everything about my life inside Drew Steele Baseball. Okay. By the way, anytime you want to watch, we stream live on YouTube. You can go to our YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube wherever you are on your big TV or your phone or whatever it is, and just type in Drew Steele Radio. And you can watch and you can comment, and we would love to have you subscribe too. So please subscribe to the YouTube channel, Drew Steele Radio. So I know firsthand what it's like right now to deal with the gap sometimes between technology and 80-year-olds. And what happened over the weekend is I got my mom for Mother's Day a couple of things, but one of the things that I did get her was I got her one of these the little the Amazon Echo devices, the little 8-screen job. So that's because what I want her to do is the whole FaceTime thing isn't working out, and so I want to be able to see and talk and have a conversation. So I am not exaggerating. It started as, this is great, we can't wait to hook it up, to, I'm going to divorce your father. Listen, I'm just telling you right now, I've had enough of this. I've had enough of him. This is all crazy, and I don't understand what's going on with this. It was insane. It's complete insanity. And I'll tell you how it ended. It ended with, this is no joke, it ended with my dad leaving it out on the porch and my sister having to drive to the house and program it from the porch because they didn't want to go inside the house, but they wanted to program it and they couldn't figure out how to do it. So my sister drove from her house to my parents to program it on the stoop, if you will. That's what they say in Brooklyn, say stoop. On the stoop, and get it all done, and then to unplug it, and then they can bring it back in the house and plug it back in, because that's. So I'm assuming that, and I might be a little off base here, but if you've got DJs that are 88 years old at a senior living home in Tennessee, Jake, and you want to be one of the DJs, I'm just assuming that a phone call would be fine. I'm making that leap. Is that bad? Is that what's the what would be the phobia or the ism if I said something that had to do with being mean to the older generation about being tech savvy? Is there an obia, an ism, or some kind of ista? Am I a geriatricista? Is that what it would?
I know.
I don't know what it's called. 239-479-5592. Let's move on. Hey, speaking of something that has nothing to do with what we're talking about, the city of Naples voted yesterday to reopen the beaches again. How about that? Are you excited about this? So we had Naples saying, yes, we're going to open up the beaches. And they open up the beaches, and then all of these people decide to come to Southwest Florida because the East Coast is not too far away, and why not? For an hour, we can go head over to the other coast. And apparently, that's how this all went down, right? The East Coasters came here and deluged the beaches. We're not respecting social distancing. So the Naples City Council said, what have we done? What have we done? And it was a grueling emergency meeting. The Naples Daily News had it this way. A grueling emergency meeting, 3 failed motions, council members negotiating their way through a 4th and a final vote, dogs and cats getting along. I mean, it was incredible. But no, I guess that's how it went down. It was a big, white hot mess. But after everything was said and done, Naples beaches will be open sunrise to sunset Monday through Friday, starting at 7 a.m. May 13th. Is there something very bizarre about a city council like dubbing a public beach accessible at these certain it's just all of this just seems weird. It's like you may step foot on the beach now. And the reason why I say that is because the beaches are going to have shorter hours on the weekends. So here's what we do. It's going to be, I don't know why. Man, I would love to find out. We got to figure this out, Jake. Get a hold of someone who can give us the details. The beaches have shorter hours on the weekends, 7 to 11 a.m. And then they close, and then they reopen at 5 p.m. to sunset. All the way through, and even Memorial Day, they're going to do the same thing. So that's how it. So 7 to 11, you can get to the beach. 11 a.m., we're shutting this puppy down, and then we're cleaning up the sand. We're going to disinfect the sand, the water. We're going to do whatever we have to do. Just don't use bleach. That's for injections. No, that's not really true. Please, kids, don't do this. So I have to go through this every single time. Kids, you don't do that. Okay, good. And then they reopen at 5 p.m. So, and forgive me for being or sounding naive on this, but I'm just asking. All right, so coolers and tents are not going to be allowed. Chairs can be used only in the evenings. Parking enforcement has been beefed up. Fines doubling $200 with no option to pay early for a discount. Illegally parked cars can now be towed. They couldn't be towed before? Okay. And they're going to be limited to those with beach stickers. Both city and Collier County stickers are accepted, but the city will not allow parking on residential streets unless they're properly marked parking spaces. And I guess here's the question. So 7 to 11 a.m. on the weekends, and then they reopen at 5 p.m. So clearly this is a message to anybody who would want to come from, let's say, the East Coast. They might want to send out flyers or something. I don't know how you do this, or some kind of a message from the new mayor to everybody on the East Coast. You're not allowed to enjoy the beaches. Well, you can from 7 a.m. to... So you have to get an early start. So I guess what they are thinking is from 7 to 11 a.m., it's the locals because nobody would take a drive. Nobody would drive at 7 a.m. to come to the East Coast or the West Coast at 8 a.m. to hit the beach at 8 because it's really not, the sun's really not up. So why would you do that unless you wanted to take a nice stroll on the beach to stay for a couple of hours just to leave to go back home again? I'm going to say no, that there probably will still be people. And then 5 p.m. to sunset. So I guess that's how they're working all of this out. I don't know. What do you think? 239-479-5592. Jake, some phone calls coming in. Maybe some folks want to comment and maybe have a thought or two on this. Maybe you do on the YouTube stream if you want to join us. We are at facebook.com/925 Fox News as well. But we would love for you to be part of the stream there on YouTube as we are live each and every day on the YouTube channel, Drew Steele Radio. Just go to YouTube and type in Drew Steele Radio. And please subscribe. We would love for you to be a subscriber as well. So Trisha wanted to weigh in. So let's see. Here she is. Here's Trisha in Bonita. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Oh, good. I just wanted to chime in on this because that's ridiculous. All I can see is people now know, okay, 7 to 11. So everybody, let's plan. We'll we'll get there early, so everybody join, and we're all going to fly to the beach. It makes no sense at all. And I don't understand why they're not allowing people to, set up their tents and stuff if they keep their area, and they keep distance. If they're going to have it open, just have it open. This is just silly.
Yeah, I wonder why that wasn't, and I wonder if it was brought up to the council there. And I'm going to have to drop your phone there. It's getting a little noisy there, Tricia, but thanks for the call there, Benita. I wonder if that was brought up at the meeting. Couldn't we just have somebody walking around and keeping an eye on distancing? Just a gentle reminder, not throwing anybody to the ground, not pepper spray or anything. And then we don't have to get crazy. I'm just saying that somebody could walk around and gently, a nice polo shirt with the city's logo on it. Nice. I don't know, maybe hand out a little bottled water, the little mini bottles, not the big bottles. We don't want to get carried away. Those things are expensive. I'm talking about the little mini bottles, So just some thoughts. But yeah, I guess ultimately what this is it really is it does show you how confusing and crazy all of this has become. There's no doubt. So, all right, check your local mailbox for flyers coming in, I guess, to see whether or not it's Monday or Friday or the weekends and the times. And no, that's not really true. They're not going to have flyers, but there you go. So 7 a.m. starting May 13th. That's it's Wednesday, right? So it's tomorrow. Tomorrow that you'll be able to go back on the beach. Okay. All right, let's do it right now. Drew's College of Political Knowledge, 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. If you would like to play, we would love to have you. Caller number, what do you think, 5? Jake said 5?
I said 8,000.
No. Caller number 5 at 239-479-5592. Caller number 5 if you want to call right now. Do you want to play Drew's College? We'd love to have you on, have a little bit of fun on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Right all along, here's traffic with Sabrina Katz.
Traffic slowing in Cape Coral southbound on Santa Barbara heading towards Cape Parkway. Also normal delays on Surfside heading south of Trafalgar towards Veterans. Go ahead and hop on Chiquita if you're looking for a quicker option. Bumper to bumper on Tropicana heading west of Andalusia. Avoid it. Just stick to Diplomat Parkway. That's up to the Bennett traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, 91 degrees, mixture of sunshine and clouds and breezy. Heads up, we are going to have an elevated fire danger. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Rush Limbaugh. Washington State, one of the first U.S. areas hit by the coronavirus, still dealing with the fallout. Over the weekend, 1,500 people gathered at the state capitol in Olympia to protest stay-at-home orders which remain in place. A bunch of these protesters apparently picked up some tactics from the left. On Facebook, they posted the names, emails, and phone numbers of snitches who had contacted the state to tattle on businesses that opened in spite of the stay-at-home orders. 2 groups are behind the social media effort to out the snitches. One group is Reopen Washington State. The other group is the Washington State 3%ers, named after the 3% of colonists who supposedly resisted British rule during the Revolutionary War. They posted a spreadsheet identifying those who tattled the government with this message. You want to snitch on your neighbor? Don't expect to hide behind your computer screen. Leftist activists have used this tactic for years on people. They've published the names of conservative political donors. They've even threatened the jobs of people who contribute to ballot initiatives they don't like. But now, all of a sudden, political outing has liberals outraged. How dare these right-wing protesters snitch on their snitches? It's just deplorable. It's beyond the pale. It's amazing how things can change on a dime. There are some people who like to do their homework on everything. If they're worried about identity theft, they might monitor their credit. But in doing so, they might miss something. Data breaches happen more often these days, and if your personal information's included, like your name, your social security number, criminals can commit identity theft. LifeLock sees more evidence of identity theft daily, like someone taking out a payday loan in your name, for instance, or a rapid number of online purchases. LifeLock alerts you to possible suspicious activity, and if you end up having an identity theft issue, they have a dedicated identity restoration specialist just a phone call away. Now, no one can prevent all identity theft, but with more data breaches, it makes sense to be prepared. Join LifeLock today. Save up to 25% off your first year. Just go to LifeLock.com and use the promo code RUSH. That's my name. That's LifeLock.com, promo code RUSH, and you'll save 25%.
Hello, Southwest Florida. This is Barry Connor and Craig Gaskins reaching out to say thank you to all the dedicated healthcare professionals, police officers, firefighters, EMS, and all the other essential workers currently sacrificing their health and time away from their friends and family to keep our community strong. Though we aren't able to contribute in the same powerful ways as these individuals are aiding our community, here at CGU, we are dedicated to building a stronger and more united tomorrow.
We believe that with the power of community, we can make America stronger than ever before. Let's stop working towards getting back to a normal, and let's focus on building an even better than normal tomorrow. Connor and Gaskins Unlimited knows we're all in this together and we are ready to help. Check us out on the web at www.cgunlimited.com.
Stay strong,
stay healthy,
and God bless the USA.
Not another minute not writing my novel. Not another minute not sleeping in just because.
Not another minute putting off a long overdue midlife crisis.
Photography class.
Trip to the wine country.
Not another minute not knowing if anti-estrogen therapy beyond 5 years is likely to benefit me.
Women with hormone receptor positive breast cancer should talk to their doctor about Breast Cancer Index to help decide if anti-estrogen therapy beyond 5 years is right for them. Find out more at breastcancerindex.com.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right, let's go to, let's see, this is Joe. Joe's in LaBelle. Hey, Joe.
Hey, how you doing, Drew? Good to hear from you.
Thank you, sir. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD or associate's degree. Question, sir, starts right now. Hey, Joe, what's the capital of the state of Florida?
Tallahassee.
All right, that is correct, sir. I won't ask you to spell it. That'd be too hard. I'm tempted. No. Okay. Let's see. Your bachelor's degree question. Who is the vice president of the United States in the year 2010? Vice President, 2010.
Joe Biden.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got a bachelor's. We'll see if you get a master's degree on this question. Why does the flag have 13 stripes?
13 original colonies.
Not bad. That is correct, sir. All right, you got a master's. We'll see if you get a PhD on this question. President Andrew Jackson survived an assassination attempt by a man named Richard Lawrence. What year was that? Andrew Jackson. He's president of the United States, but what year did that take place? Was it 1812, 1835, or 1930?
1812.
That was 1835. 1835. That's all right. Multiple choice. You know how that works. You just
yes, sir.
You multiply them, and that's how you get your answer. All right. Well, congratulations, Joe. You got yourself a master's degree today on Drew's College, and the thrill up and down your leg of speaking with Joe. Jake. Jake. Speaking of Joe, you're Joe. That's Jake. I don't even know where I am. I'm Drew. Hi. All right. So that will be a great conversation to have with him, and he'll let you know all about prizes and this world of Corona. All right, so stay right there.
Thank you very much.
All right, my friend, I always appreciate you and appreciate all of you calling and watching on YouTube at Drew Steele Radio. So go ahead and subscribe, watch us. Coming up, Richard Kolko, safety and security expert from Wink News. Lots to talk about.
This is Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News.
Introducing Millennium Physician Group's telehealth service. See your physician on your smartphone or tablet wherever you are, whether you're not feeling well or feeling great and need a wellness visit or follow-up. Schedule a virtual house call with the care team who knows you best and has all your important health records on hand. Call your Millennium doctor's office or 844-CALL-MPG. 844-CALL-MPG. Millennium Physician Group's telehealth service. Your doctor, your device, your connection to a healthier life. MillenniumPhysician.com.
Pool need a checkup? Call the doctor, the Pool Doctor.
Hi, Dr. Mark here.
Heat pumps take heat out of the air and put it in your pool. They cost less to run than gas heaters, and you won't have panels on your roof. Special pricing, rebates, and free on-site evaluations. We're a family company, and for over 40 years, we've been doing business right.
The prescription is the Pool Doctor for award-winning pool service, repairs, and unheard of $39 diagnostic calls. That's mypooldoctor.com or 239-574-1133. State certified CPC 057088.
If you're injured, you need to hear this message. All law firms are not the same, and the law firm you choose can make a huge difference. So how do you choose which firm to represent you? I'm Mike Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Here's my advice. Do your research. Find the firm with the most experience, the best results, with the resources and track record of delivering exceptional service. As America's largest injury law firm, we have thousands of employees, unrivaled technology, investigators, experts, and an army of over 500 lawyers across the country. We are everywhere for everyone. We have the resources to take on the biggest fights and the biggest bullies. Last year alone, over 2 million people like you called Morgan & Morgan in their time of need. And our firm recovered over $7 billion for our clients. So after an injury, who would you choose? Results matter. Reputation matters. Choices matter. There's only one, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.com.
Dial pound law on your cell. Pound law, that's all.
Offices, Fort Myers and Naples.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 7 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
This Wink News update is presented by Made Pro of Southwest Florida. Professional cleaning with a personal touch.
Now, this is a Wink News update.
This is Lindsay Sablon with Wink News. Naples city beaches will reopen Wednesday after the city shut them down after an overcrowded weekend. This morning, a group of folks plan to protest how the city handled the shutdown of the beaches and the restrictions when it does reopen. Car rental giant Hertz may not be able to repay its debt according to a new filing with the government. It says the company may not have sufficient cash flow to keep operating or pay debts. We've told you before, Hertz reached an agreement with its creditors to give it more time to pay. According to that deal, the company has until May 22nd to come up with a new financing strategy. Gulf Coast Humane Society officially opened up to the public and people lined up to adopt a furry friend. Gulf Coast Humane Society says they've been pleasantly surprised by the number of families coming to adopt. Adoptions are up slightly more than before the pandemic. With hurricane season starting June 1st, Florida emergency management officials are redeveloping plans to account for the coronavirus. Officials are looking at protocols for shelters that range from separating people based on temperature checks to non-congregated sheltering in hotels. Restaurants are taking extra precautions as businesses on Fort Myers Beach get back to normal. In many restaurants, employees spray down tables after every group, and owners are posting signs encouraging social distancing. There's a new push to understand red tide and its effects on the brain. The National Institute of Environmental Sciences recently awarded the Rose Camp Institute in Sarasota a grant of more than $400,000 to continue its study. Ultimately, researchers hope to ease some fears. I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News.
Wink News traffic.
Traffic slowing in Cape Coral southbound on Santa Barbara heading towards Cape Parkway. Also normal delays on Surfside heading south of Trafalgar towards Veterans. Go ahead and hop on Chiquita if you're looking for a quicker option. Bumper to bumper on Tropicana heading west of Andalusia. Avoid it. Just stick to Diplomat Parkway. That's up to the Bennett traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, it's going to be a hot one, even near record heat in Naples with a mixture of sunshine and clouds. It's going to be a breezy day, and that's one of the components that will be elevating our fire potential. More lower 90s with the wind for your Wednesday. Can't rule out a pop-up shower or two on Thursday. Scattered showers and storms by Friday. Also a lingering chance of rain with spotty showers. Certainly can't be ruled out for the weekend with temperatures in the upper 80s and then eventually lower 90s as we start next week. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
My name is Karen from Naples, and I listen to Drew Steele in the morning, and I was right all along.
92.5 Fox News.
Right all along.
Inside the train testing facility, our heating and cooling products go through endless torture tests to ensure they can run through anything. And when we say torture, we don't take that lightly. We drop them, slam them against the wall, shake them, and then expect them to run without an extra decibel in our anechoic sound chamber. Without fail. Drop, slam, shake, silence. Drop, slam, shake, silence. And there's no end in sight. We test, so it runs.
Unstoppable products, unbelievable deals. Contact Purified Air Conditioning to bring home a system that's tested to run through anything. Now through May 15th, get up to $500 in exclusive rebates on a qualifying new Train system. Call 239-312-5867 for complete program eligibility, dates, details, and restrictions. That's 239-312-5867 for this and other exclusive offers. Visit Purified Air Conditioning online at purifiedac.com. License number CAC 1817070.
It's hard to stop a train.
If your business was forced to downsize due to COVID-19 and now you are preparing to hire or rehire staff, let us help with your drug screening. Scott Richardson of Compass Drug Screening here. Compass Drug Screening can help streamline your drug testing program, often with same-day reporting. Compass Drug Screening is on Metro Parkway and available by appointment, or we can bring the testing to you with our on-site services. Visit CompassDrugScreening.com today. CompassDrugScreening.com. Let us help with your drug screening.
Oh, love your new TV and the sound. It's amazing. But where are the speakers? It's like they're invisible.
They are invisible. It's the coolest new technology, and they're the best speakers on the market.
It's crazy. I've heard of wireless speakers, but invisible speakers? That's epic.
Epic Audio and Video invites you to experience invisible speakers for yourself. You won't believe your ears or your eyes. Visit Epic Audio Video Showroom on the corner of US 41 and Pine Ridge in Naples, or online at epicaudiovideo.com.
You should be driving a Kia from Galliana. Galliana Kia.
Galliana Kia in Fort Myers is open, and we're here to help. Over 400 vehicles in stock. New 2020 Kia Forte LXS lease. 0 down. $149 per month. That's right. A new Kia for $149 per month with 0 down. Plus at Galliana Kia in Fort Myers, you can drive payment-free for 4 months, interest-free for up to 75 months, and worry-free for 100,000 miles. Plus prepaid gas for up to a year. Our parts service and body shop are open to serve you. New Kias. 0 down. $149 per month at Galliana Kia. 1/2 mile south of Daniels Parkway on US 41 in Fort Myers. Open every day, including Sunday. Call 239-481-2600. GallianaCars.com.
You should be driving a Kia from Galliana. Galliana Kia.
36-month lease, 10,000 miles per year, 0 due at signing, plus tax, tag, title, doc, and dealer fee. 0 security deposit, $13.33 per month per thousand borrowed for 75 months at 0 APR with 0 down.
Americans rely on affordable, reliable package delivery from the U.S. Postal Service. It's a lifeline for rural communities. It powers our cities. But Washington politicians want to impose a massive package rate hike on the Postal Service, a 400% increase. We can't afford that these days. Quadrupling the price to send a package? That means 4 times the cost for seniors to ship their medication, 4 times to deliver household necessities, and 4 times the cost for small businesses. Unneeded rate hikes that will harm Main Street and everyday Americans. America can't afford the package tax now. Call Congress now. 202-224-3121. Tell them to stop the package tax. The Postal Service is an economic lifeline for small businesses and rural customers all over the country. That's 202-224-3121 and tell them to stop the postal rate hike. Paid for by the Package Coalition.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. So glad you're here. 239-479-5592. That is the phone number and the text line, the Tri-Town Construction Talkin' text line. Anytime you want to watch, we are streaming live each and every day on YouTube, our YouTube channel, Drew Steele Radio. Just go to YouTube, type in Drew Steele Radio. You'll see my mug, and then just click there, and you'll get to watch this program and listen to it in all its... Well, you can watch. I don't know if it's all its glory. You don't get to see Jake, which is such a shame right now, but we do now have a camera that will be ready for Jake coming up soon, right? So that's some exciting news. He's excited, and so is our guest here today. Sitting right in front of me is Richard Kolko. There he is. Look at his mug. How about that on our YouTube stream? So we get Richard as well. And I wonder if maybe we can even like split screen us. So we'll have the two of us together. How are you, sir?
I'm good. Good morning.
It's there you go. That's what I was looking for. We just have to adjust your camera. You're a little bit low, but we'll get to it. Jake, why don't you come here and adjust the camera while we're live? You can do that. Nah, don't even worry about it. Oh, man, do we have a lot of things to talk about, sir. A lot of things that we should get into, and one of them might actually be what's going on with the FBI, and you might want to, you might have a comment or two about what is going on with that. We have the revelations about Mike Flynn. We have the concerns of many that this is something that we have been talking about for the longest time. And as a safety and security expert for Wink News and for somebody who worked at the FBI for how many years?
21 years.
And just before you left the FBI, you were working for?
General Clapper.
There's a lot to talk about. What are your thoughts as you have been hearing all of this playing out? The questions about what happened. You've been studying this. You have to be. And let me just say this before we move on about the Mike Flynn and Obamagate, as a lot of people are calling it, and even some other things that I'm going to bring up. You know, we've talked off the air before about this. It's not, you know, it's easy to say that it's not people in the bureau, right? It's easy to say that it's the upper echelon, if you will, the rank and file. But I'm going to ask a question about the rank and file coming up and get your thoughts on that as well. But give me your assessment right now of what you've read, what you've seen. What's your takeaway right now at the moment?
My takeaway is there was an isolated group of people inside the FBI, unfortunately, and I'll take flack for maybe some of your callers because I'm going to be an ardent supporter of the organization till the end. But there were certainly some just a strange set of rolling decisions made here that resulted in what we saw this week was, you know, the DOJ recommending the charges be dropped, which still has to go in front of the judge. But you know, people, it's difficult to sometimes explain how investigations start. But there's there's a rule book called the DIOG, which is operations guide, and what allows you to start an investigation. And that threshold is fairly low. But when it's very low, you also have very few techniques available to you. And as an investigation ramps up, you have additional investigative techniques available to you. You know, subpoenas, national security letters, surveillance. You know, you don't have that at the beginning. So there's lots of investigations that are always occurring. And what happened with General Flynn was, you know, he had met with the Russians. He'd taken some money. There were some reports of this. The FBI's Washington field office did exactly what they're supposed to do. They started an investigation. Okay, and they used the tools they had available at that time. And then at the end of the day, I think it was, I forgot the date, maybe January 2017, they closed the investigation.
Yeah.
You know, and that's kind of it. They did exactly what they're supposed to do, opened it, did what they can, closed it, said we found nothing, and they closed it. And they, you know.
Well, because a lot of people have questions about why this was open to begin with. What was it? Because the talk was, the whole thing was that, you know, we're led to believe that the reason why the investigation was opened up on Mike Flynn was because of his conversation with his Russian counterpart, Kislyak, getting caught up in what was a 702, which was basically looking into Kislyak. Mm-hmm. And there's Mike Flynn getting caught up. And this is where the unmasking portion comes in.
I hear what you're saying.
But we come to find out that that's not what happened, that it wasn't like that.
But you'd have to see all of the investigations the Bureau does. At the end of the day, most of the investigations that you start go nowhere. I mean, that's kind of how it is. You start, you do what you need to do to investigate, and you realize there's not much there, and it gets closed. So there wasn't. I don't have any problem with the fact that they started this investigation.
They should have closed. It should never have gone. They knew after January. The beginning of January, they already knew that there was nothing here. They already knew that.
They wrote that down.
That was literally, it was in the 302s that we haven't even seen yet. We know that we're there, and they already went to Congress and said that there was nothing to see here. Everything was fine. It's just we don't have the actual documents, the 302, which is a really strange thing as to why those physically are not in somebody's possession. But we do have them saying that in this meeting with Strzok and Pienka that there was no, they had no reason to believe that that Mike Flynn was lying.
Correct.
To
The
them
Washington
at all.
field office wrote up what's called the closing EC, or electronic communication. That's the document that closes a case.
Yeah.
And there's some fairly standard language here. They'll review the investigation it did. We opened the investigation on this date. We took steps A, B, C, and D. We found nothing. No derog is what they call, no derogatory information. Recommend case be closed, and then the bureau always throws in the last line unless further information comes up. This case, we're done.
Yeah,
and you file that, and the supervisor signs it, and the bosses sign it, and the case is then closed. Well, the interesting thing here is, and then Washington doing headquarters doing exactly what they're supposed to do is they review these cases. And somebody at Washington, in this case Strzok, said reopen the investigation. And that's where, and I know you have questions. I wish I could tell you I had answers, but why? What did he know after looking at that closing document, looking at the summary of the investigation completed? What did he know, or what did he hear that said, send this back to Washington field office, reopen the investigation? And that's where the breakdown is.
Right. And so, I guess when I talk to you about this, by the way, Rich Kolko is joining us on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see us streaming live. Drew Steele Radio is the YouTube channel. Please subscribe. We would love to know that you're here and watching as well. Anytime you want to comment. If you have questions anytime throughout this time we're together, 239-479-5592. As someone who worked at the FBI and someone who's a safety and security expert, I don't even need necessarily to go into the minutia, into the details of this whole case. But what I do want to know from your point of view is what a lot of people have been concerned about, which is the process of what you just described. And that's what I wanted to get to with you this morning, was this is one of those situations where you open up a case, you discover what you can discover. If there's nothing there, the derog, like you discussed, we don't have anything, we shut it. How many times in the past have there been instances, let's say, of reopening a case once, or reopening a file when the there isn't there? Like, in other words, what would be how many times have there been situations where you've been around where there's been precedent to say, yeah, it's happened before?
You're asking half the question. The other, the half that the portion you're leaving out is, did additional derog come out? Did something else come into play?
Right. In this case, there was none.
As far as I know, there was none.
Right.
And somebody needs to answer that. Very common to, you do an investigation, found nothing, and then a month later, a year later, some other case says, hey, your guy is involved in something. Now you pull out that old case file, reopen it based on the new information. Not at all unusual.
Yeah.
In this case, what did, and I couldn't find it in the publicly released documents at this point, what additional derogatory information did headquarters have available that made them continue to pursue this case or reopen the case?
Yeah, because I think that's important in this discussion, and that's why I wanted to bring you here is because, again, a lot of what gets lost in all of this is the process. We bring up numbers. People hear it, and I think now people are learning more about the FBI than they never knew about in their whole lives. 302s, 702s. What are these? What's the difference between the two of them? We hear about 302s that are missing. We hear about Brady. A lot of people don't know what that is. The exculpatory evidence. That wasn't presented to the defense. Which how do you do that? A lot of and maybe you can speak to this in this case in particular. From all of it, from the beginning, however far back you want to go, whether it's 2016, if you want to go that far back, in the summer of 2016, leading all the way up until today, that's a big portion of this that's not being discussed, is all the things that happened that were not precedent, that were not what typically you would see or imagine what you would see. On the outside looking in, you would think that if you had exculpatory evidence, that would be presented. That's what you're supposed to do. To hold that back is, if I'm not mistaken, is criminal. Like you can't just hold back Brady information. Can you do that?
It'd certainly be in contempt. I mean, the judge would certainly have in contempt.
So what I'm saying is, as you have looked at this, have you noticed that there along the way there have been curious steps that have been taken that would lead you to believe that something wasn't right just in the process? Not even knowing the details of the case, just the process of the case.
The exculpatory would have come up during trial prep with the U.S. attorney, assistant U.S. attorney, where they would have very specifically said, what information is generated, created, and they go over to make sure all those T's are crossed, I's are dotted. The Brady, anything that occurs in the case, and so that when you get to discovery, all that information is available to the defense. As this went to a proffer. And General Flynn pled guilty. They may not have completed the whole discovery process at that point. So,
all right, Richard Kolko is joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. I wanted to talk about some other cases and some other things that are out there, and one of them was the case out of Georgia.
Oh, yeah.
And you've obviously been reading, looking, watching. It is interesting how, as you look at the case just in the past couple of days, you come to find out that there are a lot of agencies, a lot of people that are recusing themselves, that are just dropping off one by one into the investigation there and what happened in Georgia. Talk a little bit about the case and what you've read right now up to date. And the process that has been going on.
Well, this young man was out jogging. It appears that's legit. I believe he did live in the area, and you and I talked about it yesterday. He stopped and looked at a newly constructed home. Something I've done. Something a lot of people have done. Oh, how does this house look? And there's a couple of folks there that just jumped to some conclusions, and they got in a pickup truck and chased this guy, and he ended up being dead. I don't understand that. Don't understand why they needed to have guns with them. And I'm a gun guy. I'm just saying if they hadn't done that we would not be in this position. And then because of the father's association with the DA, he had worked for them before, but had law enforcement background. One DA after another had recused themselves. This happened way back in February because coronavirus is going on and courts are shut down and DA's offices are shut down. It just kind of it almost seems like it got lost for a couple of weeks there. And then finally this video pops up in the last couple of days, and that certainly sealed the deal.
Yeah, because now I'm looking at some of the stories that are out, and the Georgia Attorney General assigned District Attorney General, who is a former chief magistrate judge in Cobb County, to prosecute the trial. Now, that's like the fourth. So the fourth prosecutor now has taken this down because three others have recused themselves. And I mean, just that part of it is quite the dynamic in and of itself. Just the fact that, I mean, is it not?
If this father had a law enforcement investigator background working specifically with these district attorneys, they've got to recuse themselves. There's nothing unusual.
Right.
About
No,
that.
but I'm saying that how many people there have been that have recused themselves. I'm saying that, I mean, how you start to watch these cases and you think to yourself, well, how far down can it go? I mean, if you are somebody who's setting yourself up as the prosecution and you're looking at who's on this case, or the defense rather, you can almost make the case that everybody has some connection in some way, shape, or form. I mean, it's how far does that go?
That's a decision the district attorney has to make. They can certainly explain it to within their office and to the judge why they are or are not accepting the case, but they certainly have the authority to pass it down to one of their assistants to handle, and they don't make any decisions on it. But in these cases, some of these are very small offices, small counties. Everybody knows everybody,
right.
And so they just kind of bailed on this.
On a federal level, anybody you think eventually will step in on a federal level?
I think they will take a look at this.
Yeah,
I would be shocked if the Bureau is not looking at it at this
Have you
time.
heard anything about that?
I haven't, but I honestly haven't checked on it. But that would be a matter of routine that they would certainly ask for access to the evidence that's available at this time to take a look and see if there's some sort of federal crimes or federal civil rights crime at some point. I can't imagine they would not, especially with the high-profile media that this now has developed, right up to the president's office. There's certainly the FBI agent in charge of that local area would be responsible for taking a look at what's available.
Yeah,
scary stuff. I mean, just unnecessary. Just very, very sad that this young man has died.
Yeah, it's an awful.
Was killed.
And as there, and I've been reading a little bit about it just today, and the situation with the person who was filming the whole thing, because a lot of people asked about that, right? The guy that was following in the car behind, like what was what involvement did that person have? And there are going to be a lot of the person that was taking the video. That Nest home video from across the street that was showing him walking down the street and then going into the home, something that we talked about, how there are many people that walk into homes that are being that are under construction just to look around, and whether or not a home builder or somebody who's doing that would make could make a case. I guess it's what is it? Is it a misdemeanor? What would be the
trespass?
Crime? Yeah, it would just be a trespass.
Yeah.
I mean, something simple.
Yeah,
I mean,
if maybe.
Yeah.
The builder might not
under
care.
the discretion of the under the builder. And oftentimes people walk into construction sites, they look, and I would imagine too that there are builders that assume that if somebody's going to look, it's not such a bad thing because they're looking at their quality build, they're looking at a home, they're trying to.
They want somebody to trip over a piece of wood and sue them for doing that.
Right, but the curiosity of walking up to a home in a neighborhood. Now, is that the case here? It remains to be seen. I think oftentimes as it is that, we have rushes to judgment quickly. I mean, do we need to even talk about that these days? How quick the rush to judgment in a lot of different ways, how things happen, but...
I don't think it matters, though.
Right, yeah.
If they shouldn't have chased this kid down and shot him. I mean,
right, and
I don't care if he was stealing nails and wood.
And something else we brought up yesterday that I think is important as well in this case is that in Georgia, the statute in the state of Georgia that allows you to make a citizen's arrest, quote unquote, I don't think that's that there's no defense here, and that's not at play because the way the statute reads, the way I understand it in Georgia. It's for self-defense, if it's for
witnessing a felony,
right? The actual witnessing of it.
I was an FBI agent in Georgia.
Yeah.
In different states, you have peace officer status. Georgia's not one of them. FBI agents don't have the authority to routinely investigate local crime. Like in this case, if it had been an FBI agent in that car, thinking that this person was stealing stuff from a house. They would have been out of the scope of their job. That was not a peace officer status. So just like that man that in that truck. So it's problematic all the way around. That was a law enforcement problem. The person who did that obviously shouldn't have done it. We go round and around with this. It was a tragedy.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, Richard Kolko, I appreciate you, safety and security expert for Wink News, stopping in. And next time, I promise that you'll have a cool little chyron on the bottom there on our YouTube channel.
Well, I got my FBI mug, so.
Oh, very impressive. All right. Good to see you. All
Thanks,
right.
Drew.
Stay break 92.5 Fox News, right all along. Oh, traffic. Find out what's happening with Sabrina Katz.
The disabled vehicle at Bonita Beach Road and 41 is slowing traffic west on Bonita Beach towards US 41. If you want to avoid it, you can always hop on West Terry. Also, congestion getting off of 75 eastbound onto Corkscrew towards Stony Brook. Corkscrew is up to speed, though, heading towards State Road 82. And for my commuters in Lehigh, bumper to bumper southbound on Alabama to the south of Homestead. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, 91 degrees, mixture of sunshine and clouds and breezy. Heads up, we are going to have an elevated fire danger. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
True relief for back and neck pain.
During these challenging times, Johnson Spinal Care at 596 Back is still here to help people who are dealing with pain or weakness from back or neck conditions like stenosis, sciatica, arthritis, or pinched nerves. We are doing our best to continue to help people who are suffering using non-surgical spinal decompression therapy. We have redoubled our sterilization efforts to help keep you safe. Everything is thoroughly wiped down between every patient. You can trust that at Johnson Spinal Care we are taking every precaution. So please don't hesitate to seek spinal decompression for relief from your back or neck pain. Painless, comfortable, and safe. Avoid spinal injections or surgery. Don't suffer thinking you can't get any care for your condition. Helping Southwest Florida for over 12 years, we are just a phone call away. Call our Medicare-friendly office for a telephone consultation to learn more about spinal decompression. 596 Back. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Boaters Landing now has boat show rebates in effect on all new Four Winds boats. Our engine brands Mercury and Yamaha are also including their 3+2 extended warranties, but time is running out for these additional savings. Save money on your new Four Winds boat. Every Four Winds boat is built for family boating and comes with a lifetime hull warranty at Boaters Landing.
Boaters Landing, delivering the dream.
Boaters Landing, delivering the dream for over 30 years.
The team at Best Home Services understands that this is a time of much uncertainty and much unknown. With this uncertainty comes feelings of fear and panic. Please know that we are here for you today, tomorrow, and into the future as we move forward together, safely and comfortably. We are all in this together, and as stewards of our community, we promise to continue to provide you the services needed to keep you and your family safe. You are not alone. Best Home Services, our family protecting your family.
This Wink News Update is presented by Fort Myers Men's Clinic. Online at fortmyersmensclinic.com.
Now, this is a Wink News Update.
This is Lindsay Sablon with Wink News. Naples city beaches will reopen Wednesday after the city shut them down after an overcrowded weekend. This morning, a group of folks plan to protest how the city handled the shutdown of the beaches and the restrictions when it does reopen. Car rental giant Hertz may not be able to repay its debt according to a new filing with the government. It says the company may not have sufficient cash flow to keep operating or pay debts. We've told you before, Hertz reached an agreement with its creditors to give it more time to pay. According to that deal, the company has until May 22nd to come up with a new financing strategy. Gulf Coast Humane Society officially opened up to the public and people lined up to adopt a furry friend. Gulf Coast Humane Society says they've been pleasantly surprised by the number of families coming to adopt. Adoptions are up slightly more than before the pandemic. With hurricane season starting June 1st, Florida emergency management officials are redeveloping plans to account for the coronavirus. Officials are looking at protocols for shelters that range from separating people based on temperature checks to non-congregated sheltering in hotels. Restaurants are taking extra precautions as businesses on Fort Myers Beach get back to normal. In many restaurants, employees spray down tables after every group, and owners are posting signs encouraging social distancing. There's a new push to understand red tide and its effects on the brain. The National Institute of Environmental Sciences recently awarded the Rosecamp Institute in Sarasota a grant of more than $400,000 to continue its study. Ultimately, researchers hope to ease some fears. I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News.
Wink News Traffic.
The disabled vehicle at Bonita Beach Road and 41 is slowing traffic west on Bonita Beach towards US 41. If you want to avoid it, you can always hop on West Terry. Also, congestion getting off of 75 eastbound onto Corkscrew towards Stony Brook. Corkscrew is up to speed, though, heading towards State Road 82. And for my commuters in Lehigh, bumper to bumper southbound on Alabama to the south of Homestead. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, it's going to be a hot one, even near record heat in Naples with a mixture of sunshine and clouds. It's going to be a breezy day, and that's one of the components that will be elevating our fire potential. More lower 90s with the wind for your Wednesday. Can't rule out a pop-up shower or two on Thursday. Scattered showers and storms by Friday. Also a lingering chance of rain with spotty showers. Certainly can't be ruled out for the weekend with temperatures in the upper 80s and then eventually lower 90s as we start next week. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Dan Martineau here, owner of D.R. Martineau Roofing of Southwest Florida. We're still finding a lot of roofs with hurricane and windstorm damage. Call us today for a free inspection. Google DRM Roofing or call 239-332-1441.
License number CCC 1326954.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Visit Jason and Todd at the Diamond District.
After being required to close for the past couple months, Todd and I are excited to have the Diamond District open again.
You can't quarantine love. And if you've had an anniversary, birthday, or some other special occasion come and go while quarantined, it's time for you to visit the Diamond District. to celebrate your love.
It's the perfect time to visit us. You'll have the opportunity to save like never before as we liquidate GIA and Forevermark loose certified diamonds, along with the largest selection of diamond jewelry in all of Southwest Florida.
If you took the time while you were home these past months, cleaning, organizing, and came across your jewelry box with gold chains you don't wear, diamond rings or bracelets that just aren't in style anymore, and you want some cash, the Diamond District is paying top dollar on the spot. Nobody sells more, nobody buys more, and nobody pays more than the Diamond District.
Visit Jason and Todd at the Diamond District.
At Rock Solid, family comes first. And during this difficult time, Rock Solid makes you part of our family with family employee pricing on everything. Rock Solid is open and is giving you a guaranteed lifetime warranty. And there's more. Rock Solid guarantees installation in just 1 week. That's right, it's guaranteed. Do your family a favor by saving big with Rock Solid's family employee pricing offer while supporting local small business. See store for details.
Rock Solid in the Pink Building, 2240 J&C Boulevard, Naples. Rock Solid. We don't stop at just countertops.
These are challenging times we're all living through. It's reasonable to expect stock market swings will remain higher than normal while we wait for global health to improve and businesses to get back in full swing. This will pass, but in the meantime, the purpose of the Sanibel Captiva Trust Company and its division, the Naples Trust Company, become ever clearer. We are here to serve as a partner in the strength of your wealth management, apply our expertise on your behalf, provide focused, thoughtful advice, and demonstrate a steadfast investment discipline to see you through the years, no matter what comes our way. Our investment team plans ahead for uncomfortable times, so your wealth management strategy stays intact. If you are not already a member of the Trust Company family, we invite you to discover the difference. Contact us at sancaptrustco.com. SANCAPtrustco.com.
Not FDIC insured. Investments involve risk and are not guaranteed.
Pool need a checkup? Call the doctor, the Pool Doctor.
Hi, Dr. Mark here. Your old pool pump is an energy hog and likely your second greatest user of electricity. We'll install a new Pentair energy-efficient pump, saving you over $500 a year. We're a family company, and for over 40 years, we've been doing business right.
The prescription is the Pool Doctor for award-winning pool service, repairs, and unheard of $39 diagnostic calls. That's mypooldoctor.com or 239-574-1133.
State certified CPC 057088.
Your local 1-hour air conditioning and heating team is open and ready to serve you. AC isn't a luxury, but rather is essential to your life. Give our team a call at 844-1-HOUR or visit onehourair.com.
Great news, Southwest Florida. Below invoice employee pricing at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. That's right, below invoice pricing on Chrysler Pacificas, Jeep Wranglers, Jeep Gladiators, and heavy-duty Ram trucks. Over 1,500 new and certified pre-owned vehicles in stock. Plus, you can drive payment-free for 4 months, interest-free for 6 years, and worry-free up to 100,000 miles. Below invoice employee pricing at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. GallianaCars.com.
Rockstar Harley's Relief Package is here. Rockstar Harley's Relief Package allows you to trade out of your current Harley payment and no more payments until 2021 on any new Harley, or buy any new Harley and don't make any payments until 2021. Only at Rockstar Harley. On approved credit and Sunday.
92.5 Fox News.
Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, 239-479-5592. There's the phone number in the text line. Streaming live on YouTube anytime you want to watch. You can go to YouTube and just type in Drew Steele Radio, and please subscribe to the channel so you can watch each and every day and listen. Man, there's a lot going on here, you know, with the Obamagate case. Yesterday, as you probably know, it was Dan Bongino who was talking about it, who was on Fox and Friends, and he was mentioning what's going on.
Significant because we have a body of evidence right now that Obama knew. And if you're a journalist or a media representative and you're not asking the question right now, what did Obama know and when did Obama know it, you seriously need to find a new line of work. Now, keep in mind, it's not just now that we know. We categorically know that Barack Obama knew about Mike Flynn's call with the Russians, with the Russian ambassador, which is bizarre why Obama would take a personal interest in that. But remember, we also have a series of communications with the FBI agents leading this. You know, here's a quick question for the liberals here, right? There is a text and an email exchange out there that clearly says the White House is running this between the FBI agents who are talking about the case. So how do we know the White House is running this? They texted each other. And they say, well, we don't know they were talking about that. What do you think the FBI was talking about? Making brownies? They were talking about this case. We have another one. The POTUS, an acronym for President of the United States, wants to know everything we're doing. The president was Barack Obama. He knew the whole time, and he's managed to skate. That's why he's panicked, and that's why his team is leaking this audio.
All right, so that was Dan Bongino yesterday on Fox and Friends, and why the former president of the United States needs to be concerned and is concerned. And it doesn't seem as if it was interesting to me yesterday when the coronavirus task force press conference was taking place. And certainly journalists are going to, well, they're not going to be journalists. They're going to ask questions of the president and a lot of gotcha situations. And this topic was brought up, and asking the president, because, on Mother's Day, he tweeted,
Mr. President, in one of your Mother's Day tweets, you appear to accuse President Obama of the biggest political crime in American history by far. Those were your words. What crime exactly are you accusing President Obama of committing, and do you believe the Justice Department should prosecute him?
Obamagate. It's been going on for a long time. It's been going on from before I even got elected.
Yeah, the weaponizing of the FBI, DOJ, the weaponizing of the federal government against an innocent citizen, that citizen being Donald Trump, president of the United States, weaponizing it against people like Carter Page and George Papadopoulos and Mike Flynn. There's a lot of examples there, right?
And it's a disgrace that it happened. And if you look at what's gone on, and if you look at now all of this information that's being released, and from what I understand, that's only the beginning. Some terrible things happened, and it should never be allowed to happen in our country again.
All right, so now, the funny part about this to me, and again, you heard Dan Bongino talking about the text messages and how, listen, Obama knew everything. He knew this. Obamagate is real, right? The walls are starting to close in. Whether or not there'll be prosecutions, whether or not there'll be people going to jail, whether or not you'll see all of that remains to be seen. Of course, that for a lot of people is the big get. Like, when are we going to start to see something happen? Okay. But now here's the follow-up from the journalist. I'm sorry, I can't even say that with a straight face because they're not. So he says...
and you'll be seeing what's going on over the next...
Right, so the president keeps going on.
For the coming weeks, but I wish you'd write honestly about it, but unfortunately, you choose not to do so. Yeah, John, please.
Crime. What is the crime exactly that you're accusing him of?
You know what...
Yeah, and the president says, you know what it is, right? No, well, yes and no. Yes, they know what the crime is, but no, they don't care. They're not going to... The interesting part is, and it's fundamental, this is the fundamental issue when it comes to the media and the problems that people have with the media. It's very simple, and it's this. You have an opportunity. You have an opportunity to answer that question yourself. Well, why would the president, why in a million years would the president make a comment like that? Why would he tweet about that on Mother's Day of all days? What?
Mr. President, in one of your Mother's Day tweets, you appear to accuse President Obama of the biggest political crime in American history.
Now, let's just say you're somebody who's completely naive. You just came out of journalism school. You're fresh. You're looking good. You got your, your whatever clothes you wear that are fresh out of school. You know what I'm saying? You don't know anything, but you know that the president of the United States just tweeted that out. As a fresh-faced journalist, fresh out of your journalizing schools, wouldn't you take a step back and say, I wonder why he said that? Boy, I should probably do a little journalism. Maybe I should dig deep and find out why he's saying that and if there's any truth to the fact. I'm saying this only to make the point clear that they don't want to, that the media doesn't want to know the answers, that they don't want to find out the details that have been coming out. They don't want to hear about the acting DNI, Richard Grenell, declassifying lists of Obama administration officials allegedly involved in the quote-unquote unmasking of Michael Flynn. They don't want to hear about all that. Richard Grenell with suitcase in hand. You got to appreciate that. In hand. He's the one that's going directly to Bill Barr. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200 or $100 or whatever it is. I don't even know. Do you even know what, Jake the Millennial, do you know what that reference is when I say do not pass go, do not collect $200?
$200, yeah, it's Monopoly.
Okay, good. Has it gone up? Is it still $200 or have they changed that? Is it inflation, you know? But anyway, the point, going to him personally, making sure that that the information that is in his hands is going to go to Attorney General Barr, where he is going to be able to look at the list and find out what he can declassify and release the names. And it's getting to that point, and it's coming. And this is how this puzzle is going to be pieced together. It's going to be bit by bit, piece by piece, with individuals who understand what has been done and a media who has no interest at all in getting to the truth of Obamagate and finding out what happened here with Mike Flynn, with the predicate, with the start of all of this, with how much the former president knew and did not know. And it was even Tucker Carlson who was talking about, Tucker Carlson, who's been doing some amazing shows lately. I got to find the audio. He had Trey Gowdy on yesterday and just absolutely grilled him. Trey Gowdy, who for 2 years, Republicans had control of Congress. For 2 years, they had every opportunity to get to the truth, to get to the information, to find out what we are finding out now. And why is it they couldn't get it done? It was a great interview yesterday. Jake, do me a favor. Find the interview from yesterday with Tucker Carlson talking to Trey Gowdy last night. Tucker Carlson, Trey Gowdy. Get that interview, and then get that to me post haste, pronto, whatever fancy words you're going to use. Trey Gowdy. Yeah. But he did mention a couple of other things. And breaking down what happened, just like Dan Bongino did with what Barack Obama, as president of the United States, knew and did not know. He talked about it last night.
It was January 20th, the last day of the Obama administration. Outgoing National Security Advisor Susan Rice sat down at her desk to write her final memo. Rice described the presidential transition, which had been underway for months. Then she wrote this. During a meeting 2 weeks before, quote, President Obama said he wants to be sure that as we engage with the incoming team, we are mindful to ascertain if there is any reason we cannot share information fully as it relates to Russia. Now, Rice did not explain why Obama's staff felt it might not be possible to give intelligence on Russia to Donald Trump's staff, or for that matter, why the Obama people thought they had the right to withhold national security information from an incoming American president who had just won a national election. But Rice didn't need to elaborate. There was only one possible explanation for this. Donald Trump could very well be a Russian agent. Barack Obama himself said he believed that was possible. In Rice's words, quote, the president asked Jim Comey to inform him if anything changes in the next few weeks that should affect how we share classified information with the incoming team. Comey said he would.
Now, just stop there for a second, and Tucker's going to get into this. Like deciding whether or not to withhold national security information from an incoming administration. Does that not throw red flags up for anybody to look into?
Now, what exactly does that mean? Here's what it means. The President of the United States turned to the head of the FBI, the most powerful law enforcement official in America, and said, continue to secretly investigate my chief political rival so that I can act against him. Comey's response, yes, sir. That's what Obama was saying, openly. In any normal period in American history, this exchange would define Barack Obama forever. Obama would be known as the disgraced former president who used federal law enforcement to hurt his political enemies. That's what he did. Unfortunately, this is not a normal period. Already today, Obama's order that Comey investigate Donald Trump has been relegated to a little-known footnote. Joe Biden happened to be sitting in the room when this happened.
And there's the other part, too. And Joe Biden was sitting in the room when all of this went down. So if you are someone who wants to do a little bit of journalism, and instead of going after the president and making it sound like he's a racist, we're going to get to that coming up. It happened yesterday. Instead of going after the president and asking ridiculous questions about why is it that you all get to test and get multiple tests in the White House, but the rest of us, we don't get as many tests available to the rest of the American people, don't you? Well, I don't know. He's the president of the United States. Doesn't that strike you in the moment as maybe the reason why multiple tests need to happen, because he's the most powerful man in the world right now? And do I have to answer that? Yeah, you do. Because that's what they do. Try to find these gotchas against the president instead of, like, the question that was asked before, well, why did you tweet this out on Mother's Day? And why did you say that this is a bigger scandal than Watergate, that Barack Obama involved in? Well, why don't you find out why? Why don't you find out why all of these things that have been discussed by Dan Bongino and Tucker Carlson last night, and the grilling even of Republicans, Trey Gowdy, and what did you do to help in this situation? Why don't you dig into that a little more? And the answer is they just won't. They just won't. And so that's why it's up to you to get it done, to know what's out there, what's happening, and gather up that information, as we have been talking about here. 239-479-5592, streaming live, YouTube. You can watch anytime you'd like. Just type in Drew Steele Radio, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We appreciate it. All right, Jake, you ready to go? I don't hear it. It's time right now for Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD right now. Caller number 5 at 239-479-5592. Caller number 5, you'll play Drew's College up next on Daybreak 92.5. Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here's Sabrina Katz.
A crash in Fort Myers at Tree Line and Vision Lane is slowing traffic southbound on Tree Line heading towards Daniels Parkway. The best way to avoid this, if you're heading south of Colonial, just stick to I-75. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, 91 degrees, mixture of sunshine and clouds, and breezy. Heads up, we are going to have an elevated fire danger. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Hey, my name is Jay from Fort Myers. I listen to Drew Steele in the morning, and I was right all along.
92.5 Fox News.
Right all along.
The Chinese government lied about the coronavirus. China unleashed the Wuhan pandemic on the world, costing trillions, costing jobs, costing American lives. My name is Casey Asgar. This crisis proves President Trump is right. We must control our border, bring manufacturing back to America, and stop depending on China. I'm Casey Asgar, and I approve this message. China must pay. America must rebuild. Our survival depends on it.
When it comes to cataract surgery, the lens you choose matters. Blurry and weakened vision caused by cataracts are limitations to your lifestyle that you can and should live without. Dr. Jonathan Franz and the caring team of surgeons at Franz Eye Care want to help you navigate your vision challenges with an intelligent solution, the PanOptix intraocular lens. Dr. Franz is proud to not only be the first in Southwest Florida to bring you the breakthrough technology of a trifocal solution, but he is also the #1 PanOptix surgeon in the state of Florida. PanOptix is specifically designed to help patients see 20/20 at distances that are near, far, and even in between. Experience the freedom of living without glasses for distance driving, computers, and reading. With PanOptix, you will experience a clear advantage that you didn't know was possible. See your future in 2020. Find out if you are a candidate for PanOptix today by dialing star 2020 from your cell phone or call 239-418-0999.
Dial star 2020. Friends, I care.
Want to make your home a more comfortable place but don't think you can afford a top brand heating and cooling system? Well, Carrier has the right solutions for every budget. When you turn to your Carrier expert, they'll show you our full lineup of best-in-class home comfort systems and help you pick the one that best fits into your home budget. Because in this economy, who couldn't use a little more comfort? Carrier. Turn to the experts.
Visit Accurate Comfort Services online at AccurateComfortServices.com today. License number CMC 057023.
Do you suffer with pain, numbness, and tingling in the hands or feet, often diagnosed as peripheral neuropathy? Are you taking drugs such as Lyrica, Neurontin, or gabapentin that never seems to fix your problem? Your doctor may have told you to just live with the pain. There's now hope for those suffering with peripheral neuropathy. Neuropathy is a result of damage to the nerves, often causing weakness, pain, numbness, tingling, and the most debilitating balance problems. This damage is commonly caused by a lack of blood flow to the nerves, which causes them to begin to die off. There's a new treatment method now available at the Neuropathy Relief Clinic in Bonita Springs to provide relief from neuropathy as long as you haven't sustained at least 85% nerve damage. For the next 25 callers, the Neuropathy Relief Clinic is offering a neuropathy severity examination for just $60 to determine if you're a candidate for this breakthrough neuropathy treatment. Call 239-317-7240 to schedule an appointment. That's 239-317-7240. That's 239-317-7240.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right, let's go to Pete in Cape Coral. Hello there, Pete.
Hi there.
Hello.
Freedom, finally. Home incarceration, but it's freedom. But maybe that's contagious.
It is. That's an interesting way to open up Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. And you ready for your associate's degree question, Pete? Freedom!
I am.
All right, here we go. Hey, Pete, who was the president of the United States in 1997? Do you remember? Who was that? 1997.
That was the Bill. Wasn't it Bill Clinton?
It was. That is correct. All right, you've got an associate's degree. We'll see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. The supreme law of the land, sir. What is the supreme law of the land? It is the
Constitution.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got a bachelor's. We'll see if you get a master's degree on this question. What's the highest court in the United States? The highest court.
That would be the Supreme Court.
That's correct. All right, you got a master's. We'll see if you get a PhD on this very question. This is a tough one. You ready? How many flags have flown over the state of Texas? How many flags have flown over the state
5.
of... No, it's actually 6. 6 flags. 6 flags.
Oh, yes.
6 flags. It's yes.
You got me.
I didn't get you. You kind of got yourself. But we got it together. You got a master's degree though. That's what's important, Pete. And you've got freedom. You're like Mel Gibson. You're just. Of course, it didn't end very well for him, but that's a whole other subject. Congratulations, you got a master's degree, and you also get the thrill up and down your leg to speak to Jake the millennial.
Thank you. We're free. We're free.
By the way, I think I can even have you if you want to see. There's Jake right there. Jake, you could wave to everybody. They can see you now. There's Jake behind the glass. If you were on our YouTube page, you'd be able to see it. So stay right there, okay? Congratulations to you there, Pete in Cape Coral. You go to our YouTube channel, YouTube, and then just type in Drew Steele Radio, and there we are. You can subscribe, which we would appreciate, and you can get to see Jake right there, who's on the phone with Pete in Cape Coral. That's Jake on the phone. Look at that. How about that? Okay. Here you go. All right, when we come back, did you know that Joe Biden has been seen? There's been a sighting of Joe Biden. He's still in the basement, but he's talking to George Stephanopoulos. Did you hear some of the audio about his thoughts on life? You'll hear it coming up.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. My friends at Zero Res Carpet and Tile Cleaning want to let you know, look, your safety and your family's safety is their top priority. In the light of the current health and safety concerns, Zero Res wants to let you know about some of the procedures and preventative measures for added protection. Practicing safe social distancing while in your home. You can even leave or stay in another room and they can communicate with you by phone. How cool is that? Cleaning and disinfecting all equipment with EPA-registered disinfectants between each job. The techs are wearing gloves and booties. They're supplementing the supply of products that are EPA-approved to clean and disinfect hard surfaces, and as an added preventive measure, and no additional fee, they're going to treat doorknobs with the EPA-approved hospital-grade disinfecting products. Look, the top priority is to create peace of mind by providing people with healthy, safe, clean home and work environments, and they're going to continue to do just that through this difficult time. Give them a call at 239-932-9376. That's 239-932-9376, or online at ZeroResSWFL.com. Spell it backwards or forwards, it still spells the same. ZEROREZ.
1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating, always on time, or you don't pay a dime. Please visit us at www.onehourairnaples.com or call 844-1-HOUR.
At Rock Solid, family comes first. And during this difficult time, Rock Solid makes you part of our family with family employee pricing on everything. Rock Solid is open and is giving you a guaranteed lifetime warranty. And there's more. Rock Solid guarantees installation in just 1 week. That's right, it's guaranteed. Do your family a favor by saving big with Rock Solid's family employee pricing offer while supporting local small business. See store for details.
Rock Solid in the Pink Building, 2240 J&C Boulevard, Naples. Rock Solid. We don't stop at just countertops.
The power that crystal meth had over me is baffling. And the only option I was left with was I can die alone in this misery, or I could try to stop.
Visit our website at drugfree.org. A message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free America.
92.5 Fox News.
Right all along.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 8 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
Now, this is a Wink News update.
This is Lindsay Sablon with Wink News. Naples city beaches will reopen Wednesday after the city shut them down after an overcrowded weekend. This morning, a group of folks plan to protest how the city handled the shutdown of the beaches and the restrictions when it does reopen. Car rental giant Hertz may not be able to repay its debt according to a new filing with the government. It says the company may not have sufficient cash flow to keep operating or pay debts. We've told you before, Hertz reached an agreement with its creditors to give it more time to pay. According to that deal, the company has until May 22nd to come up with a new financing strategy. Gulf Coast Humane Society officially opened up to the public and people lined up to adopt a furry friend. Gulf Coast Humane Society says they've been pleasantly surprised by the number of families coming to adopt. Adoptions are up slightly more than before the pandemic. With hurricane season starting June 1st, Florida emergency management officials are redeveloping plans to account for the coronavirus. Officials are looking at protocols for shelters that range from separating people based on temperature checks to non-congregated sheltering in hotels. Restaurants are taking extra precautions as businesses on Fort Myers Beach get back to normal. In many restaurants, employees spray down tables after every group, and owners are posting signs encouraging social distancing. There's a new push to understand red tide and its effects on the brain. The National Institute of Environmental Sciences recently awarded the Rosecamp Institute in Sarasota a grant of more than $400,000 to continue its study. Ultimately, researchers hope to ease some fears. I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News.
Wink News traffic.
A crash in Fort Myers at Tree Line and Vision Lane is slowing traffic southbound on Tree Line heading towards Daniels Parkway. The best way to avoid this, if you're heading south of Colonial, just take I-75. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, it's going to be a hot one, even near record heat in Naples with a mixture of sunshine and clouds. It's going to be a breezy day, and that's one of the components that will be elevating our fire potential. More lower 90s with the wind for your Wednesday. Can't rule out a pop-up shower or two on Thursday. Scattered showers and storms by Friday. Also a lingering chance of rain with spotty showers. Certainly can't be ruled out for the weekend with temperatures in the upper 80s and then eventually lower 90s as we start next week. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour. From Southwest Florida's news leader, this is a Wink News update.
I'm Therese O'Shea with Wink News. Coronavirus cases in Southwest Florida now top 40,000. Statewide, about 7% of tests are coming back positive. Naples beaches will reopen Wednesday with restrictions, sunrise to sunset Monday through Friday, and just during the morning and evening on weekends. See the specifics on the Wink News app. Lee County commissioners called an emergency meeting this morning to decide how they'll allocate $135 million from the federal government. The money is to only be used for COVID-19 related issues. Southwest Florida hospitals will get $43 million to help with financial impacts of the pandemic. Among local hospitals, Lee Memorial will get the most at more than $18 million. Trust Wink News, Southwest Florida's news leader.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and we've got my friend Dave Meister, owner of the Floor Meisters in Naples, on the phone. And Dave, I got to tell you, the selection of floor coverings of Floor Meisters, unbelievable, fantastic. I've seen it myself, and the choices are there. But what we really want to talk about today is this Dreamweaver line of carpets. Talk about it.
I'll tell you what, Drew, this is the hottest thing since 5-buckle overshoes. We're just selling the heck out of it. Comes in 9 different patterns, 12 colors to a pattern. It has 8 warranties, and it even includes steps. The stain warranty will take care of wine, mud, and even pet accidents. So this is perfect for Jake.
Yeah, perfect for Jake, and perfect for me, and perfect for you, too. If you haven't been to the Floor Meisters, really owe it to yourself to visit their store, see their selection of Dreamweaver carpets. It's there at 6281 Naples Boulevard, next to Costco. And whether it's carpet, tile, laminate, or hardwood flooring, they have it all. So give them a call today at 239-596-4964 or on the web at floormeisters.com.
Hi, I'm Dave Harmer, founder of First Class Air Conditioning, serving Southwest Florida since 1977. We are in unique times that are requiring all of us to change the way we go about our daily lives. By practicing safe distance measures, we will protect both you, our customers, and our employees. First Class Air Conditioning is open and here to serve you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
First Class Air Conditioning. Our name says it all.
Hello, Southwest Florida. This is Barry Connor and Craig Gaskins reaching out to say thank you to all the dedicated healthcare professionals, police officers, firefighters, EMS, and all the other essential workers currently sacrificing their health and time away from their friends and family to keep our community strong. Though we aren't able to contribute in the same powerful ways as these individuals are aiding our community, here at CGU, we are dedicated to building a stronger and more united tomorrow.
We believe that with the power of community, we can make America stronger than ever before. Let's stop working towards getting back to a normal, and let's focus on building an even better than normal tomorrow. Connor and Gaskins Unlimited knows we're all in this together, and we are ready to help. Check us out on the web at www.cgunlimited.com.
Stay strong,
stay healthy,
and God bless the USA.
Rockstar Harley's Relief Package is here. Rockstar is happy to announce we are open 7 days a week. Rockstar Harley's Relief Package allows you to trade out of your current Harley payment and no more payments until 2021 on a new Harley, or buy any new Harley and don't make any payments until 2021. Finance specialists on site to get you approved. Visit rockstarharley.com to browse our inventory from home and we can deliver your new Harley to your door. It's Rockstar Harley's Relief Package with no payments until 2021 on all new Harleys. Ride free all year with Rockstar Harley. On approved credit and Sunday.
How many times have you looked at your water? Yeah, maybe looked at it. You pour it into a pitcher or a glass and you say, I wonder what in the world is inside of this water. Because maybe you want to know, maybe you don't. But you do know that you're showering in it. You do know your family is drinking it. You do know your family, well, is number one to you. And you care about what's in your water, right? So if you're worried about the chlorine, the chemicals, the smell, the fact that your family's drinking and showering in that water, well, don't be concerned. Just call Pelican Water Systems and schedule a free, no-obligation Pelican water test right now. They don't even need to come in the home to test the water with their zero-contact option, so you can find out what's in your water if you'd like to, just with one simple phone call. 239-880-7799. You're going to be amazed at what they find in there. And with a Pelican water system like City and Well Water, you're going to love the way the water tastes, and so will your family. They have both salt and salt-free options, both. So you'll love not lugging in bags of salt. You're going to love not hassling with buying bottled water as well. So get that free zero-contact Pelican water test today by calling 239-880-7799. 239-880-7799. There's never any pressure from Pelican. Schedule online today at pelicanwestfl.com.
Americans rely on affordable, reliable package delivery from the U.S. Postal Service. It's a lifeline for rural communities. It powers our cities. But Washington politicians want to impose a massive package rate hike on the Postal Service, a 400% increase. We can't afford that these days. Quadrupling the price to send a package? That means 4 times the cost for seniors to ship their medication, 4 times to deliver household necessities, and 4 times the cost for small businesses. Unneeded rate hikes that will harm Main Street and everyday Americans. America can't afford the package tax now. Call Congress now. 202-224-3121. Tell them to stop the package tax. The Postal Service is an economic lifeline for small businesses and rural customers all over the country. That's 202-224-3121 and tell them to stop the postal rate hike. Paid for by the Package Coalition.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida, Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. I am so glad you're joining us today. 239-479-5592. There's the phone number. And the text line, the Tri-Town Construction Talk and text line. Anytime you want to join in the conversation, you can always watch us live on YouTube. Just go to YouTube and type in Drew Steele Radio and subscribe if you don't mind. We would appreciate that. Subscribe. You can watch each and every day. You can see Jake. There he is, Jake the Millennial, right there in your face. Look at that. Jake, say hi to everybody as you can be seen now.
Hi, everybody.
That's it. That's all you got.
We'll make it better.
That's your big Jakeism today.
Big debut here.
All right, big debut. We got to work on that camera angle because there's a big, giant metal frame from the window, like right in your face. Actually, let's leave it right there. I'm kind of liking the fact that it's he's dancing. I don't know what he's doing there. All right, as we wake up this morning, some of us are a little tired. You just maybe need your morning cup of joe.
Sit back with your morning cup of joe.
Not a joke.
Finally, Mr. Vice President,
no damage so far that I can see.
On these allegations from Tara Reade, I know you've denied them, but you've also said that women should be believed. So what do you say to Americans who believe Tara Reade and won't vote for you because of it?
Well, that's their right. Look, I think women should be believed. They should have an opportunity to have their case and state it just forthrightly, what their case is. Then it's the responsibility of responsible journalists like you and everyone else to go out and investigate those. At the end of the day, the truth is the truth. That's what should prevail. And the truth is, this never happened. This never happened. I assure you. That's the truth.
Mr. Vice President, thank you for your time this morning.
How you feeling, man? You doing okay?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking.
All right. My best to your wife as well.
So there you go. The Tara Reade accusations, it gets brought up at the very end of an interview with George Stephanopoulos live on Good Morning America. The very last question being asked, and he's like, absolutely, women should be believed. As a matter of fact, you guys should go and investigate. You should find out everything you could possibly find out. But I didn't do anything wrong. Well, you have a good day, sir. You too. Say hi to the wife. Okay, I'll do that. All right, it's great to see you. How's family? Everybody okay? Not saying that we're friendly and we know each other really well and we're buddy-buddy, and I'm not saying that you would put this at the end of my interview so I don't have to answer the question, but that's exactly what you did. There you go. Or maybe not. Maybe I'm making too much out of it. Maybe there's nothing to see here. Everything is fine. So even though there have been a lot of allegations out there of people who are corroborating some of the allegations in that discussion. Joe Biden says it never happened, and that's good enough for me. That's all we need to know. By the way, in this interview as well with George Stephanopoulos and Joe Biden, the the information that is coming out now about Mike Flynn and Barack Obama, and the fact that we're finding more and more that it looks as if the former president of the United States may very well have known exactly what was happening with the Mike Flynn case. As a matter of fact, he wanted to make sure he was in the loop, that he was told about, kept in the loop about what was happening, that there were meetings where Joe Biden was present to even hear about this. And there's going to be more, because acting DNI Director Richard Grinnell is now handing off more documents, more information that it will be declassified, and more information that will get in the hands of the Attorney General and declassified and given out to the masses, so that, well, not that journalists will read it or dig into it or find out anything. I mean, you and I, we'll do all of that, and the great work that is done by so many other people, Dan Bongino and Chuck Ross, who's been on this program, and Lee Smith and others, and Sarah Carter, and you can go right down the line of how many people have been doing some amazing work digging in, and they'll do all of that, and journalists certainly will do none of it. They probably won't even talk about these documents at all. But what if it's brought up to the former vice president that, hey, you were in the room when all of this was going on? Clearly, you had to know something was up, right? And so here's George Stephanopoulos.
The president said yesterday that move is justified because President Obama targeted Flynn. He called it, quote, the biggest political crime in U.S. history. Your former Senate colleague, Charles Grassley, has added that Flynn was in trouble.
First of all, the accent in the background. Listen, so he's shocked and appalled that George Stephanopoulos even brought this up. He almost acted surprised. Listen to the exhaustive breath in the background.
Your former Senate colleague, Charles Grassley, has added that Flynn was in.
Can you believe this? George, can you believe they're doing this to us? Can you believe this president is talking about this right now? I have been well prepped for this moment that you would ask me this. I mean, I am just appalled, I tell you.
Trapped and asked on the Senate floor, what did Obama and Biden know? When did they know it? So what did you know about those moves to investigate Michael Flynn, and was there anything improper done?
All right, you ready for this? Here's Joe Biden's answer.
I know nothing about those moves to investigate Michael Flynn, number one. Number two, this is all about diversion. This is a game this guy plays all the time. The country is in crisis. We're in an economic crisis, a health crisis. We're in real trouble. He should stop trying to always divert attention from the real concerns of the American people.
Okay. So his suggestion to George Stephanopoulos, as information now is coming out, documented information is coming out, to show the malfeasance of a former administration to weaponize the federal government against American citizens, people like George Papadopoulos and Carter Page and Mike Flynn, the president of the United States. And upon hearing all of this, the answer is, of course, with no pushback, is, well, of course this is all happening. It's the president's doing because he's trying to make you look at the shiny object over here because of everything that is happening with this virus.
The American people are worried with good reason. He has acted irresponsibly from the very beginning. He continues to act irresponsibly.
Okay, I got to stop. The president has acted irresponsibly. The last time I checked, the president was doing anything and everything that Dr. Fauci and Dr. Birx was telling him to do with regard to this virus. They made the point to say that this president was listening to their advice, and not once did he say, no, it can't be done. Ventilators, you got it. You need a ship in the harbor, you've got it. 15 days, fine. 30 days, fine. All of this was happening. So what part are you confused about? What part, unless you're saying that all of those things should not have been done? And is that the suggestion, that the CDC was wrong and NIH and Fauci and Birx, they were wrong? Is that what you're saying? Because then we have a whole different conversation on our hands, do we not? Is that what you're saying? So there's Joe Biden, a little bit of Joe on with George Stephanopoulos today, just a little while ago. And of course, he doesn't know anything. He doesn't know what's going on. I mean, it's kind of funny that he doesn't know what's going on. So we have a lot of that happening right now. And I asked this question earlier, and I think I want to bring it back up again. You know, let's talk about Joe Biden, everybody, shall we? Let's do that.
Sleepy Joe.
Yep, Sleepy Joe. Let's talk about Sleepy Joe. I wonder, and I mean this, and I wonder what you think. Again, 239-479-5592 anytime you want to call or text. Tri-Town Construction Talk and Text line. You can watch us on YouTube. Drew Steele Radio. Just go to YouTube and subscribe. We appreciate it. You get to watch the program each and every day and check out clips from the show. But if you are, let's say, China, you a big fan of Donald Trump or are you a big fan of Joe Biden? Because you've got to be a fan of one or the other. You have to be a fan of somebody who is looking at the situation right now with a country who is stealing our intellectual property, a communist nation who is the only supply chain for a lot of businesses and has certainly shown to be the wrong decision with supply chains, and how when you have pandemics, it's a really bad position to be in. And a president, Donald Trump, who gets it, who understands what's happening with China. As a matter of fact, was being asked about it yesterday.
If I could follow up, sir, the South China Morning Post, the Beijing newspaper, says that China would like to reopen negotiations on the trade deal to make the terms more favorable to them.
Okay, this is yesterday at the Coronavirus Task Force White House press briefing and the press conference with the president. And they're being asked by a reporter about that question. China maybe wants to redo the deal.
Is this something you'd be interested in doing?
No, not at all. Not even a little bit, no. I'm not interested. We signed a deal. I had heard that, too. They'd like to reopen the trade talk to make it a better deal for them. China's been taking advantage of the United States for many, many years, for decades, because we had people at this position right here where I'm standing, sitting right in that office, the Oval Office, that allowed that to happen. No, I'm not interested in that.
He's not interested in that. President of the United States understands, and he's not having any part of it. So then the question is, if he's not having any part of it, if he understands that unlike other administrations, he's not playing that game anymore when it comes to the stealing of intellectual property, supply chains, a lot of the things that are happening right now that you're going to look at and examine in trade deals that are not a benefit to this country, trade deals that are being made while intellectual property is being taken and then sold back to us. The other part of that conversation was about this.
Go ahead. There are a variety of reports that Chinese hackers are attempting to steal technology related to vaccine research. Is this something you're concerned about? What can you say?
So what else is new with China? What else is new? Tell me. I'm not happy with China. They should have stopped this at the source. They could have stopped it right at the source.
A question being asked about now, hacking into systems to try to find out what we're doing when it comes to vaccines and finding out if they could get that information. Why would they do that? Would it be because they would be able to patent that vaccine if it's something that does work, that will be something that will be given to citizens across the globe for a long period of time? And boy, there would be a lot of money if you could patent that. Do you think China appreciates Donald Trump as president of the United States? Or in this election season, do you think that China appreciates Joe Biden more? And as a matter of fact, would like to see Joe Biden as president of the United States? Do you think that's true? I don't know. 2011, he sure had a lot to say about China.
There was a debate here in the United States, and quite frankly, throughout most of the West, is whether a rising China was in the interest of the United States and the wider world. As a young member of the Foreign Relations Committee, I wrote and I said, and I believe then what I believe now, that a rising China is a positive positive development, not only for China, but for America and the world writ large.
I'm asking you, and I know that there are friends of mine who are watching me right now on YouTube at our YouTube channel, Drew Steele Radio, and watching and listening to the stream there. And subscribe, please. We appreciate that. I know you're listening to the sound of my voice, and you are not someone who loves this president. You are somebody who, as a matter of fact, maybe doesn't like the president. You don't like him for all kinds of reasons. You're even running with the media and some of the narrative that has been out there for a long time about this president, and you're fine with it. You're fine with the weaponizing of the American government as long as it's not against you or a Democrat or, I'm not saying my friends are thinking this way, but there are people that are watching right now that are thinking that very thing. Now, you hear Joe Biden from 2011 making that statement. And in this election season, I ask you again, who do you think China would like to see as president of the United States more? Who do you think the rest of the world would like to see as president of the United States more? You think the world likes status quo? You know, the way things were when there was somebody else in the White House. Yeah, all right. Or do you think they like the way things are right now? And I'm just asking, and I'll leave it right there.
92.5 Fox News.
Hi, Michael Crothers, owner of Pure Air Conditioning. We came into business during the mortgage crisis of 2008, so you could say we've seen a thing or two and learned to adjust. Currently, we've made safety adjustments. At Pure Air, all employees are supplied with gloves, foot coverings, and KN95 masks for your protection and theirs. If you need assistance with your air conditioning system, please know that Pure Air Conditioning is making safety priority number one. You can chat with us online at getpureair.com.
Hello, Southwest Florida. This is Barry Connor and Craig Gaskins reaching out to say thank you to all the dedicated healthcare professionals, police officers, firefighters, EMS, and all the other essential workers currently sacrificing their health and time away from their friends and family to keep our community strong. Though we aren't able to contribute in the same powerful ways as these individuals are aiding our community, here at CGU, we are dedicated to building a stronger and more united tomorrow.
We believe that with the power of community, we can make America stronger than ever before. Let's stop working towards getting back to a normal, and let's focus on building an even better than normal tomorrow. Connor and Gaskins Unlimited knows we're all in this together, and we are ready to help. Check us out on the web at www.cgunlimited.com.
Stay strong,
stay healthy,
and God bless the USA.
True relief for back and neck pain.
During these challenging times, Johnson Spinal Care at 596 Back is still here to help people who are dealing with pain or weakness from back or neck conditions like stenosis, sciatica, arthritis, or pinched nerves. We are doing our best to continue to help people who are suffering using non-surgical spinal decompression therapy. We have redoubled our sterilization efforts to help keep you safe. Everything is thoroughly wiped down between every patient. You can trust that at Johnson Spinal Care we are taking every precaution. So please don't hesitate to seek spinal decompression for relief from your back or neck pain. Painless, comfortable, and safe. Avoid spinal injections or surgery. Don't suffer thinking you can't get any care for your condition. Helping Southwest Florida for over 12 years, we are just a phone call away. Call our Medicare-friendly office for a telephone consultation to learn more about spinal decompression. 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
When you are moving your home or office, choosing the right company makes all the difference. Rice's Moving and Transport has operated for 21 years out of Naples. They offer full packing and moving services for commercial and residential, as well as full designer services. To protect our community, they are working within all the CDC guidelines. For the month of May, Rice's Moving is offering special pricing. Call today for details. Rice's Moving and Transport in Naples, moving you into the future.
Hello, I'm Brian Resney, president of Resney Wealth Management and host of the Resney Wealth Report and TV show on the weekends. Investors come to my TV and radio shows to learn and to get educated so they can make better decisions about their retirement and their portfolio. What's your risk management strategy? Are you willing to subject your portfolio to another massive decline in a set it and forget it strategy, or are you looking for a difference? Listen to my show Sunday mornings, 10 to noon on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
One thing I've realized from being cooped up in my house the way we have all been is that I need window treatments really bad. That's why I go to my friends at Your Style Window Treatments and Decor. Their phone number is 239-471-5006. Now, why? Well, they're a veteran family-owned and operated business with multiple brands of blinds, shades, and shutters, and they have numerous fabric brands right there that you can see. And Your Style, of course, is you. They can take measurements and get you products for your home that fit your style. Installing products with an in-house team that is second to none, certified training. They are there from beginning to completion and providing work at any scale. From Marco Island, Sarasota, and LaBelle, listen, you want a design product? They can do that as well. Your Style Window Treatments and Decor. Give them a call today and find out more at 239-471-5006 or go to their website, yourstylewindowtreatments.com.
Hey guys, Dr. Amy here, your favorite chiropractor. We're back for your daily dose of Did You Know Chiropractic can help with that. And today we are talking about shoulder pain, either numbness and tingling into your shoulder, dull, achy pain into your shoulder. And the reason why I want to talk about that today is because a lot of people have switched from working in their office to working from home. And possibly your home setup is not nearly as great as your office setup. And maybe you have started experiencing numbness or tingling into your shoulder, achiness in your shoulder. And a lot of times that comes from a problem in actually your neck. We know that people who sit for work have a propensity to actually lose the curve in their neck from the side. When that happens, it puts pressure on the nerves. Those nerves go to your shoulder. You start to get numbness and tingling there. You start to get achiness. And I just want you to know that chiropractic can help. If you have questions, call us at 239-628-4899. And always remember, your power is on.
Great news, Southwest Florida. Below invoice employee pricing at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. That's right. Below invoice pricing on Chrysler Pacificas, Jeep Wranglers, Jeep Gladiators, and heavy-duty Ram trucks. Over 1,500 new and certified pre-owned vehicles in stock. Plus, you can drive payment-free for 4 months, interest-free for 6 years, and worry-free up to 100,000 miles. Below invoice employee pricing at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. GallianaCars.com.
Sleeping with CPAP can mean waking and hearing.
Hun, there's a ring around your face.
Or,
Dad, what's up with your face?
If you stopped wearing CPAP because of marks and rashes, now there's Inspire. Inspire is a sleep apnea treatment that works inside your body with just the click of a remote. That's right, a button. If you're struggling with CPAP, visit InspireSleep.com. Inspire. Sleep apnea innovation. No mask, no hose, just sleep.
Talk to your doctor to see if Inspire is right for you. Review important safety information at InspireSleep.com.
This Wink News Update is presented by Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Now, this is a Wink News Update.
This is Lindsay Sablon with Wink News. Naples city beaches will reopen Wednesday after the city shut them down after an overcrowded weekend. This morning, a group of folks plan to protest how the city handled the shutdown of the beaches and the restrictions when it does reopen. Car rental giant Hertz may not be able to repay its debt, according to a new filing with the government. It says the company may not have sufficient cash flow to keep operating or pay debts. We've told you before, Hertz reached an agreement with its creditors to give it more time to pay. According to that deal, the company has until May 22nd to come up with a new financing strategy. Gulf Coast Humane Society officially opened up to the public, and people lined up to adopt a furry friend. Gulf Coast Humane Society says they've been pleasantly surprised by the number of families coming to adopt. Adoptions are up slightly more than before the pandemic. With hurricane season starting June 1st, Florida emergency management officials are redeveloping plans to account for the coronavirus. Officials are looking at protocols for shelters that range from separating people based on temperature checks to non-congregated sheltering in hotels. Restaurants are taking extra precautions as businesses on Fort Myers Beach get back to normal. In many restaurants, employees spray down tables after every group, and owners are posting signs encouraging social distancing. There's There's a new push to understand red tide and its effects on the brain. The National Institute of Environmental Sciences recently awarded the Rosecamp Institute in Sarasota a grant of more than $400,000 to continue its study. Ultimately, researchers hope to ease some fears. I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News.
Wink News traffic.
A crash in Fort Myers at Tree Line and Vision Lane is slowing traffic southbound on Tree Line heading towards Daniels Parkway. The best way to avoid this if you're heading south of Colonial, just stick to I-75. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, it's going to be a hot one, even near record heat in Naples with a mixture of sunshine and clouds. It's going to be a breezy day, and that's one of the components that will be elevating our fire potential. More lower 90s with the wind for your Wednesday. Can't rule out a pop-up shower or two on Thursday. Scattered showers and storms by Friday. Also a lingering chance of rain with spotty showers. Certainly can't be ruled out for the weekend with temperatures in the upper 80s and then eventually lower 90s as we start next week. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Hi, it's Big Al from Stevie Tomatoes. We're excited to be open. The staff at Stevie's is here for you and will continue to serve you while putting your health and safety first. We invite you to enjoy a meal in our dining room with a limited menu and seating, or order from our to-go menu on StevieTomato.com for takeout, curbside pickup, or delivered through Bite Squad. Choose from the favorites you love, like our award-winning Chicago-style pizza, juicy chicken wings, fall-off-the-bone rack of ribs, gourmet burgers, and more. We're on our way to a brighter tomorrow together, and this great country will prevail. And as you know, Stevie's is committed to your complete satisfaction of our food, service, and value. We're proud to have you as our great customers, and we'll look forward to seeing your smiling faces, eating, drinking, and laughing with us at one of our Stevie Tomatoes locations in Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and on Bite Squad. God bless America.
Stevie Tomatoes, sports page. Come for the food. Stay for the sports.
Visit Jason and Todd at the Diamond District.
In the last couple months, we have all been forced to navigate uncharted waters. Now it's time to join together as we discover the incredible opportunities that lie ahead of us.
Todd and I know for certain some things have not changed. Our love stories, relationships, and communities have grown stronger and become more important than ever. Love deserves to be celebrated, and we cannot wait to see your smile and play a small part in your celebration again. With that said, we could not be more excited to announce that the Diamond District is now open for your business.
Because we were required to close our business, we have a much larger inventory than expected, and the Diamond District must liquidate. This liquidation sale includes an incredible selection of GIA and Forevermark loose certified diamonds, engagement rings, and all diamond fashion jewelry.
Rest assured, your health and safety are our top priority. You'll notice a few changes when you arrive.
Visit Jason and Todd at the Diamond District.
You know, how many times have you thought about it that you want to be prepared, you want to be ready? And as a matter of fact, when it comes to the water in your home, you would love for the water in your home to be ready for you, for drinking, for washing. You're doing this every day. It's essential to your health. So that's where Pelican Water Systems comes in. Maybe you have that concern. You've had it before because your water tastes bad. It's been hard on your fixtures and appliances. See, here's the thing. Pelican can give you a better alternative to bottled water from every faucet in your home every day. City and well water. Look, you're going to love the way your water tastes. And now you can get your free Pelican water test without the need to go inside your home. And by the way, with Pelican, there's never any pressure. So give them a call. 239-880-7799. That's 239-880-7799. Or schedule online at PelicanWestFL.com. Pelican, proud to be a part of Pentair Water Solutions.
We are Moran Wealth Management. Passionate about learning what's important to you and your family. Personable, with 24 professionals dedicated to attentive, customized service and focused on client relationships. Performance-driven. As part of Barron's top 1,200 advisors, Tom Moran, founder, CEO, and senior PIM portfolio manager, is Florida's highest-ranked advisor for 2019. Call 239-920-4440 today or visit MoranWealthManagement.com. Moran Wealth Management. Passionate, personable, performance-driven. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
92.5 Fox News.
All right, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. The talking text line there is the Tri-Town Construction talking text line, 239-479-5592. Anytime you want to watch, you want to chime in on the program, you can do that on our YouTube channel. Just go to Drew Steele Radio on YouTube. You'll see my mug, and you click on that. And please subscribe to the YouTube channel. We appreciate your subscriptions. All right, let's find out what's going on right now with the top 5 audio clips of the day. It's a 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Number 5.
There does seem to be a double standard here, Mr. President, where members of your own staff can get tests frequently when they need it, but ordinary Americans cannot. So when will the rest of America have the same access that members of your own White House have to testing?
And you know what? If we didn't get the tests, if we did no tests in the White House, you'd be up complaining, why aren't you getting tests for the White House? See, we can't win, because if we didn't get the test, you'd be up. I understand you very well, better than you understand yourself. And frankly, if we did get tests done, you'd be up complaining about the fact that we didn't have the tests done. Now that we're doing so well on tests and so quick and so fast, 5 minutes, etc., and so accurate, you're complaining that we're getting too many tests. So,
yeah. Is he wrong? Is he wrong? It was a question yesterday, the Coronavirus Task Force press conference. And there was a budding little reporter, a little journalizer, who asked the president, what's going on here? What's that? Why is it that you get multiple tests in the White House? Why do you get tested multiple times and the rest of us, we don't get multiple tests? What about the rest of us? Well, the answer to the question that the president gave was very wise. Of course, never going to be satisfied. Never going to be satisfied, no matter what the White House does. But then the second part of that answer would be, he's the president of the United States. You're a little concerned that the leader of the free world, the president of the United States, might actually have people around him that could possibly have this virus. Wouldn't you want to have them test him? He's the president. I mean, can we just can't we agree on that?
Number 4.
Radio Recliner.
Pirate radio run by retirees.
It's a bright day in Franklin, Tennessee. This is Bob Coleman, better known as the Karaoke Cowboy.
Growing up, I couldn't wait to get off the school bus and come to the house and turn on the battery-operated radio, because that's all we had. It brings back generally good memories. Most everybody likes to do that, and especially now that we've had this virus that's kept everybody confined, and you go stir crazy, and I think it's really great.
I just think that's funny. It's a bunch of residents at a senior living home in Tennessee launched a new pirate radio station. Hey, does that mean it's illegal, right? If you do pirate radio, isn't that right, Jake the millennial? If you do pirate radio, isn't pirate radio like illegal? Aren't you not supposed to be doing pirate radio?
I don't know.
Of course you know. You know a lot about pirating. Like arr, that kind of stuff. I wasn't suggesting anything. Anyway, they got a little radio station going on there at the senior living home, and they play some songs, they tell some stories, and you could even, if you want to, be a co-host or a guest host. So Jake is thinking about reaching out to them.
Oh, I'm going to.
Please don't.
Number 3.
But I would say that the bigger context here about the ways in which guns have been constructed as symbols of white, kind of white privilege in a way, the ways in which guns, particularly carrying guns in public like this, has been constructed as a way of kind of showing a particular form of white authority, I think provides a lot of the context for a lot of these shootings that we're seeing, and particularly the Arbery shooting.
There's the context for a lot of the shooting that's happening, according to a guest on MSNBC over the weekend about the Ahmaud Arbery shooting in Georgia. along with these anti-lockdown protests, there seems to be a common thread, and that there's lots of guns, and there's lots of white people, and there's lots of white privilege and white authority with guns and anti-lockdowns and shootings. It's white people with guns, and I know.
Number 2.
When we started this, yes, we have more cases than anyone else. Yes, we had this European virus attack us, and nobody expected it.
Wait a minute, wait. That was the governor of the state of New York, the next president of the United States, Andrew Cuomo, somebody who should be president of the United States, being that he took some decisive action in the state of New York to save lives, like having COVID positive patients back into nursing homes, which ended up not being a really good, scratch the first part of it. That's the governor of the state of New York, Andrew Cuomo, who called it the European virus. A virus that started in Europe. It's a European virus. Is that what we're doing now? Apparently, yeah. That's Andrew Cuomo. That's what we're doing now.
Number 1.
Go ahead, please.
Said many times that the U.S. is doing far better than any other country when it comes to testing.
Yes.
Why does that matter? Why is this a global competition to you if everyday Americans are still losing their lives and we're still seeing more cases every day?
Well, they're losing their lives everywhere in the world. And maybe that's a question you should ask China. Don't ask me. Ask China that question, okay? When you ask them that question, you may get a very unusual answer. Yes, behind you, please.
Sir, why are you saying that to me specifically?
I'm telling you. I'm not saying it specifically to anybody. I'm saying it to anybody that would ask a nasty question like that.
That's not a nasty
question. Please go ahead.
There it was, the press doing what they do best yesterday, the coronavirus task force press conference, and the reporter from CBS News.
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Asian American apparently upset that the president asked her that if she had an issue with testing and what was happening and the deaths that are going on in this country and around the world, then maybe he should or she should ask China. And of course, trying to make something racial out of something that wasn't. But that's what journalists do. Do you see the reasons why people don't want to hear from the media? That they're just like the president, that they're frustrated because we're not even getting the answers to questions that we all need to know about this virus. Instead, it is the same voices, the same people with the same kind of gotchas trying to make something out of nothing. And everybody knows it and everybody hears it and everybody sees it. But somehow there's a moment where, well, let's be honest. Why would you do this? Because you know and I know that there's a moment that can be taken out of context right there. Just like the many things that have been taken out of context lately by people like, Chuck Todd, like we played yesterday, and others. And to make it go viral on social media and to use it to their benefit. And rather than people being able to reach out and find out whether or not there was something that did the president just make a racial comment? And did he do that? Asking an Asian American journalist to ask China because somehow there's some racial component. No, there was no racial component. But why not throw that into the mix? Because you have people that will just look at social media to try to get their headlines, try to get the story. And good for the president for finally deciding after all of the ridiculous questions. By the way, she took her mask off to make sure she was nice and loud in the microphone. Everybody's wearing a mask, and she had to take the mask off to scream at the president. And it just kept going on. And then you have a reporter from CNN who steps up to the microphone and...
Sir, why are you saying that to me specifically?
I'm telling you. I'm not saying it specifically to anybody. I'm saying it to anybody that would ask a nasty question like that.
That's not a nasty
question. Please go ahead.
Why does it matter?
Okay. Anybody else? Please, go ahead in the back, please.
I have two questions.
No, it's okay.
But you pointed to me. I have two questions, Mr. President.
Next, please.
You called on me.
I did, and you didn't respond, and now I'm calling on
Sorry, I just
the
wanted
young
to,
lady in the back, please.
I just wanted to let my colleague finish.
Okay.
But can I ask you
Ladies
a
and
question?
gentlemen, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
And I'm out. And I'm out. It's amazing what has happened. But there's the president at his press conference yesterday, and you wonder why people get frustrated with the media, who are like these little. We got a lot of young folks that are going to these press conferences as journalists and asking, nothing, just trying to make themselves the story. The reporter from CBS News has asked that same testing question over and over and over. Every single press conference, she's asking the same questions about testing. And it was a press conference on testing. It was all about how great the testing has been, the tests that have been created, the amount of time it takes now in just a matter of days. What has it been like? Just about 60 days. In 60 days to have the kind of testing that we have right now that we didn't have before is quite remarkable, but we can't focus on that. What we have to focus on is the amount of testing being done because, as many people have said, and Nancy Pelosi has made it known, that, when it comes to testing and everything, you got to have every single person tested. It'll never be enough. Contact tracing. We got to find out, like, for example, Naples Beach. What's going to end up happening now? We have a beach that was closed, Naples, the beach, and now it'll be reopened tomorrow. Of course, there'll be some changes. So you get to go. What's the beach situation in Naples now? You get to go from 7 a.m. until is it okay? Right, it's sunrise to sunset starting at 7 a.m. tomorrow, and then the beaches are going to have shorter hours on the weekend. So 7 till 11 a.m. the beaches will be open. Then we shut them down. We disinfect the sand, and you get to come back at 5 p.m. Well, you're not going to really disinfect the sand, but because the UV light does that. The sun, it does that on its own. It kills the virus, which is really interesting. You really want to have people outside, but you got to shelter at home. But you want to be outside because that's really where the life-giving UV rays come on. Unless, of course, you have a bulb in the house, but you're not allowed to go out of the house. You see what I'm doing? Okay, so the point is that now the beaches in Naples will be open from 7 to 11 a.m. on the weekends, and then they'll close before they reopen again at 5 p.m. until sunset, and this will be right through even Memorial Day. It'll be just like this, because we're going to trick those East Coasters from coming back here, I guess, to make sure that they don't swarm the beaches. So what we'll do is we'll just open for a couple of hours for the locals, because nobody's going to drive from, 7 a.m. in the morning from the East Coast and make an hour and a half trek to go to the beach just for an hour and a half. I mean, with all the things that there are to do on the East Coast right now, they wouldn't make that. Well, they might. I mean, just saying. I wonder if you're happy with the decision. Well, to reopen the beaches, you must be happy with the decision, but it has been quite the confusing proposition all around. But there you go. It was a grueling emergency meeting. 3 failed motions. Council members negotiating their way to a 4th and final vote. And finally, we have it. And how is this going to work? We'll see. We'll see how it goes. All of this seems crazy, but if we just had contact tracing, we could follow all of the East Coasters back to their house to find out if they got the virus when they visited the Naples beach, and then we can find out all the people that they've been in touch with at the beach, and then also there on the East Coast, because there's no way they could have got it any other way than from the Naples beach, right? And then we just contact trace, and then we just find all those people, and we connect all the dots, and then we connect the dots. It's like a shampoo, you tell one friend, and they tell another friend, and then so on and so on. You see what you don't know what Jake has no idea what I'm talking about. All right, let's find out what's going on with the remainder of our forecast with Week News meteorologist Matt Devitt.
Mixture of sunshine and clouds, breezy Tuesday afternoon with a high temperature of 91. Heads up, we do have an elevated fire danger because of our drought, low humidity, and that wind. Very similar conditions for your Wednesday. Can't rule out a pop-up shower or two for your Thursday. Scattered showers and storms on Friday, with also a chance for some hit-or-miss spotty rain for the weekend. Upper 80s to near 90 by that point, and then lower 90s. Hot start to next week. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
from Lehigh, and I listen to Drew Steele every morning, and I was right all along.
92.5 Fox News.
Right all along.
Does market turbulence and economic turmoil have you worried about your retirement nest egg? I'm Alfie Townsend. Learn how to navigate these uncertain times. Tune in to Saving the Investor radio show every Saturday at 9 a.m. or visit us at savingtheinvestor.com.
Eating dinner in your underwear?
Honey, put some clothes on.
Taking cold showers every hour? Or pitching a tent in front of your refrigerator to stay cool. These are things you can do to beat the heat in your home. And due to these difficult times, we have extended our no diagnostic fees, no trip charges, no strings. Visit FloridaCoolToday.com to schedule. Carrier, turn to the experts.
92.5 Fox News.
Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. We'll get to some of your calls on the way. 239-479-5592. Also streaming live on YouTube. Anytime you want to join in the conversation, you can do it there as well. And it is Drew Steele Radio. Please subscribe to the channel. We appreciate it. 9.3 million tests. Is that right? Jared Kushner talking about that? Yeah. 9.3 million tests. The best day testing yet. And 60 days ago, there were 3,748 tests done. Now there are 394 just in one day. So 100 times increase in testing, but it's never going to be enough. All right. So all kinds of craziness that's going on right now with the testing and this virus, and people are ready to get back at it, get back to work. What were you going to say, Jake? Jake's been hungry to get back on the. He wants to get on the microphone because he's on camera now. Go ahead.
Am I?
I don't. Yeah, you're on camera. So.
Can I say something real quick?
You could say anything you'd like. It's we got a couple of minutes. Go ahead.
It's my older brother's birthday. I just want to tell him happy birthday.
Oh, all right. Yeah, we came back because we wanted to make sure that Jake had a moment to tell his brother. How much he loves and appreciates him. It's his birthday, so go ahead, buddy.
Brayden, happy birthday. You're almost 30, and your hair is falling out, but I love you.
That's the best you have?
That's all I got.
That was your happy birthday. You're almost 30, and your hair's falling out.
But I love you.
Well, it's a good thing you followed up with that because that made it all better. That's good. You still don't have a girlfriend, do you?
Nope, sure don't.
I don't know why.
I know why.
You're quite the catch.
I'm too honest.
Is that what it is?
That's what it is, buddy. I don't hold anything back. Honesty is a quality of mine that I will cherish and hold for all of eternity.
Yeah, but there's a difference between honesty and tact.
What's tact? You're going to have to define that for me.
Listen, I hope you all have a great day, and we will see you tomorrow right here, YouTube. If you want to watch YouTube, just type in Drew Steele Radio, and you can watch this program, and you can see Jake and watch as he speaks. We appreciate you subscribing as well to the channel so much. Some of the things that you'll be hearing about coming up and what we will be following includes the latest with Obamagate. It is still out there. A couple of other things I want to put in your noggin as we leave today on the testing issue and why we want to make sure we do multiple tests with the President of the United States. Just if for some reason the President gets sick and the Vice President gets sick and the virus, you realize who's next in line, everybody. Right? A lot of people talking about that.
This is Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News.
The Chinese government lied about the coronavirus. China unleashed the Wuhan pandemic on the world, costing